straight in terms of you saying there are not many. You know, they should not be many. I think we should have reforms in our laws that people, only those who commit a certain crime go there. So that the rest we should have alternatives to imprisonment. Something we are working on. I know the Director General is up on that. You know, so the number is we have to make do what we have, and then not have more physical infrastructure. We should increase for more. Yes, if we have more like wall prisons, if we have more wall prisons, the tendency will be to fill them. Okay. So out there, the best practices is not to build more prisons, but in our case, we need more camp prisons so that we can go into major agric, which I'm sure we'll touch on. Something that's topical on the intro of the Director General. Great. So let me just tie in that we have another prison at, of course, the female prison, very close to Central. There's one here at Menchia. We have Ejura. We have Ahinsan. So the female prisons, one at Adum, one at Menchia. No. Menchia is a male prison. It's a male prison. Male prison. So the female ones are also counted as a unit. Like, yes. It's separate. A prison on its own. So it's the female one at Edum. Yes. Is part of the 45 in the country. Exactly so. Exactly so. Indeed, we have 7 or 8 female prisons. You know, others in other places, Tamale, Akuse, Sekendi, and what have you. So the male prisons and the female, they are all counted separately as a different unit, so to speak. So here in Ashanti region, so I've mentioned Ejura, Obuasi, Ahinsan, but be one prisons, no, there was Santiman Obubudino, Ejura, yes, Obuasi, Ahinsan, Among from. Then, of course, the 3 earlier mentioned, female, a word and the central. So these are 7 within Ashanti region. Yes. I was a memorable, not Udia. Too hopeful and said the uncle and Mubako, Ubinya, some or higher dear Mubako Nobeko, and Tenami Monoti, or Bossy phone in Babombeco. And we wish they were no good. Commenting with you on that Monsan Trasso. The Aramia made a from saying you say, also, oh, Debbie. And yes, sir, is Nimum, your Ressa de Enca, as you say, to your crana, a ye. Nemum, dear here, Parnasem. Yebemnya enhyehyɛ foforo bi a yede betwe omanfo aso enkonko yese obi ebibia so onko da ne duafie onko da ne duafie nemum omo pe enhyehyɛ bi emu do emu krompo a nipa dodo wo ho no omo de bete so ama omo ahenha wo mu ebi a omo ye atena foforo bi ma wo no mu a hon de enko omo guda mpo a na omo kotena na eye adwuma yem ekwan so e na omo ye nyese Omoko kika bobo so sa sadi now obia wadi bone pa no obi so de kito no mo nyina afra nti ade a de ewo no eye nti enkoye se yempe bebiri emfa nka ho na na obobo so me ahodo a asante mantem ne du afie no ebie wo se ye ka man hia de na ahensan oboase amanfrom na adwura na adum ankasa no kesiem Central Prison, so dear, I can't want to say, I and so and no. Engineer, let me ask this: are there ranks in the prison, the centers? Because I just made an easy comment that the main campus is Adum. Supposedly, when you come to Ashanti region, that's the main campus. Is it that we have ranks in the centers? A bit more. Okay, so thanks a lot. Now, just before that, let me just talk about the mandate of the Ghana Prison Service. That's important. What do we do? You know, the prisons play a key role in what is called the criminal justice delivery system, together with the police and the judiciary. So the police, let's say the police are resourced, you know, the forensics, there may be a lot of arrests, young people, with new crimes that are there, you know, cyber crimes and what have you. So it means that there could be a lot of arrests. If they are sent to the courts are also resourced, maybe a specialized court. We are hearing about that, you know. So it means that there will be a lot of cases going through the court. Now, if some are convicted and given custodial sentence, where did they go? The prisons. Now, the prisons play a key role, and this is our mandate. Is the safe custody of these inmates so that they don't escape So they serve the sentences as indicated on their warrant of commitment by the court.
Okay.
So their safety and their welfare. Welfare cuts across a gamut of issues. The food they eat, the water, in terms of the health issues, in terms of visits that they receive, that's communication, in terms of, we also to look at their rehabilitation, their welfare. As I said, and rehabilitation talks about is also their moral upbringing.
Okay.
So we have a mosque, and then we have a chapel in the case of Kumasi Central Prison. Faith-based organizations come a lot to help us. We have trained counselors and psychologists in the service. Then reintegration, so safe custody, welfare, rehabilitation, reformation, and reintegration. So the idea is that someone goes to the prison, goes through a process, let's say a treatment regime, so that when he or she leaves the prison, he or she is better than he got it. It's like you liken it to a hospital. You go to a hospital, you get better, you come out. So that you go back to society.
Reformatory center.
Exactly. That's what it's supposed to be. So that is in terms of the mandate. Now, to answer your question straight, yes, it depends on the type of offense. You know, we have category of prisoners. Some are sentenced to death by hanging by firing squad. Some are sentenced to life imprisonment. Some are sentenced to 30 years, 20 years, so high sentence. Some are sentenced to maybe 1 year, 3 months, 30 days, and what have you. So depending on your offense and your conviction, then you are sentenced to a particular prison. Now, because of difficulty in movement, so the judges are minded to when you are sentenced, people are sentenced to the prison within the locality. Okay. You know, so that's why. So we have a category of prisoners in Kumasi Central.
Okay, so where you are taken to?
Yes.
Depends on the crime, in quote, the crime committed?
Well, as for the courts, the court system is there. I'm sure each court has its, let me use the word, the level. So when the judges are minded, they know the prisons that are within their jurisdiction. So mostly they sentence them to the prison within their jurisdiction. Now, within the prison system itself, at times we do transfers.
Yeah, I'll come to that because
overcrowding and what
I guess the point here that somebody has been transferred, and I will ask what triggers that. Okay. Kwame, Mama Tia Fonte de Okai.
Mama fan free baby na oma yehu eniduafo omo botaye pa na omo dwumadi na se dwuma so a edo matri so a o medi ama wo na o kirikiri mu se eba se ye ko atia abonefo se mo na se ye mapepepe yo nso aye adwumu a eniduafo edi mu akotene pa se ekoba se obi adibone bi be bone kese bi akowi obi ade ana obi akobo bi kro no wa be fontentan fidie so ama ya kyene na kogina sendi bi edi na asem owie hefa ne hefa ne koto na neduafo no wo ho sem ye de ne beto ba bi a ne bambo ebekoyie nipa na wasa wafom no e wo se ye ma no ba bi a obetena ne bambo ebegina brane ne asetena na bra bo nyina bekoyie ne bekoyie na duane diem ne nsunum mu ne nkomodiem empo afoforo benya kwan abesra no ni nyina ka ombotaye ho sem oni a wafom no ono so wo fa ahodie se oman ne san bo no ho ban hwe ne so yie ema na setena koyie na o kire mu kra se ne duafie na wo ho sa no nema bibiri ne wo mu omo ya asore gidie ne osoma hodo nyina wo ho nti omo wo nkramufo esom wo ho omo san so akristofo esom nyina wo ho a ebra no esum feku ahodo nso ba won sra bembe yo momoa becheche omo niema ehwem eniduafo no omo asetrem nti omo de omo ho se obi a oba omo nsam no wompie nko baabi otibiem no ne fie ana na bontre so no na wasesa ai duru biaya o man no hwehwe se wedie obobra pa bra ene o man no enhyehyeye emo ebra kra nti na wo to aso busa ne se eneduafie no ye wo ne diso ana ma ogitum se ai na esanso gina se bone kura nipa na die ne nyina no temuafo no hwe ene biewu anse na emfa obi ntu baabi no temuafo no so omunim miamia hodo a ne duafie ne bi wo ti mantem se bi emfa se ka oboase se na asem bi asi ho a omo ene duafie edabre wo hoedie ye betimi de obi akọ oboase ho ahensan na sa manfrom miamia hodo no se bi wo ho sa no ombetimi de nipa na koho omo anyansam ehwe se nipa we de mfa no go munso na bone na no hye enti wu ho a wose ye de no ko ba bi a tim sa ha de omo ha ne de ayi gudamfo na wa ha se de be ye omu nwane na omu nyina so asetena no ebeko yie wo omo hwe so dwuma omo ye nim.
Engineer, a quick one. So where the let's say I won't use the right word. Let's say the prisoner is taken to. Is it determined from the court, or the moment the person has been sentenced, I mean, he or she is taken to the nearest prison?
Yeah, but it's the court. The court sentences the inmate to a specific,
okay,
I mean, prison.
Prison. Okay.
Yes, and then so we receive the prisoner. Now, owing to Director General can give an order that okay, maybe or I can make a request that based on maybe my place is a bit overcrowded, like the case of Kumasi. We have 4 stations that are farming stations. That is Obuasi, Ainsan, Amanfrom, and Jura.
Okay.
So when I note that I have inmates that have served their sentences up to a certain level,
okay,
because these 4 stations are farming stations, they need labor.
Okay.
So based on their type of sentence and offense.
This probably is answering the question how some inmates are transferred.
Okay. Exactly. So I write officially to Director General seeking her authority to transfer this inmate to these farming stations, where the security level is a bit, maybe a step lower than Kumasi Central here. So first, it helps decongest my prison.
Okay.
Second, it helps the station to do their farming. And then thirdly, it helps the inmate to gradually ease off gradually back into society. Because he goes there, they're able to work. Is the security level there's a bit more relaxed,
not confined anymore.
Voila. So eventually he serves of the sentence, go back to society, hopefully better than he came back to prison. Now we also have cases of people commit offenses and they move to other places. So if you commit an offense here in Kumasi and you run to Obuasi and the police in Obuasi, they catch you, they take you to court there. They may sentence you
to the Obuasi prison.
Yes. Now there are cases where inmates, we call them trial prisoners. It means that they have been sentenced already, but they have cases. So let's say in the case of the one I'm just referring to, you are here in Kumasi, you commit an offense, run to Obuasi. Let's say you have another case there. Now the court, once you are sentenced here, we may transfer you to Obuasi. You become a lawyer there. Then you'll be attending the court processes in Obuasi. All this of transfer.
Like on campus or Peche.
Well, that is it. So I have a number of lawyers to Kumasi Central Prison, and then so these are in terms of the type of prisoners, just high sentence, low sentence, and then further category high. I mean the first-time offenders. Then we have second time or recidivists. It means they commit offenses, they serve sentence, they go out and they recommit.
They miss
home. They reoffend.
They
come back. Well, if you want to put it that way, So that in terms of the category of prisoners and then the transfers. Yes, in brief. Yes.
Thank you, Kwame.
Kofi. Baby, I do you say.
Kwame, I said you was a church of the memo for prison. Kakro said no one who said you
manya experience
exactly. It was impossible.
That be ready. Say me call we no mranka home kwa kusua de me call ba.
Nka odamu ben nansa no hu.
Me yimra na frim. Say mra na be chechire me. Enti yimra na frim ana de makwa ba. Baby adu ni say obu wo ho a e bia nko menhia local prisons. Na so na mpanimfo de ne call bia Obuasi prisons anase bia kesie madum. Na obusan say die ntine ma ne basa. E na director deputy director ema yate ase say ejinane ma ba komienu so. De di nkan no PM na wodi nipa kura asem no onu betimi aka say nipa ne mra manhia anase onko Obuasi ba bi kura asem no wo no anase bia omra edum eno no ye PM no nso so ani tumi a obetimi a kire se onko da ha ena biem nso no opening pa wo hwe ne duafo mu dwumadie so director general maame bafo boni onu nso betimi agina ntumi so aka say da bi nipa asoma se we amode nakoto manhia local prison de munyini free home fa ne nko adum kesim anase ensawam director nso betumi aka sa na ono amu nso o wasa asante mantemu panimpam ono nso betumi aka bi se nipa we yenyini fi oboase emfa no mra kesim ena osan so kire se ebia na onipa na da fiase ho a ba bia wadu no betumi apie akọ adwuma enti o mado afuo yoham ne mfa omunye
no ka say your prison baby ho no ma no omutimi ye adwuma bi tsekua
ti so oboase mpotem ho sei
o ka adwura kra
adwura so ka ho
na manfrom
enti omo no sa no ye hwe obi a baby wadu no se wokọ nanimu afan a na so omre obu a na so odin edi na so omre sa no ombetimi ayi no ama na kọ mpotem office okọ ho no so na onya kwan ne omanfo no edi nkomo wo ye adwuma nyina na onya kwan na omanfo edi nkomo ni nyina ye entity bi a omudi nipa no fam sem obesan so akọ krodua ofiri mu biem anase obeba omanfo nchen biem edi sabro na omanfo ye adwuma ene afuo yantam na omudo omutwa bro omutwa nkohini ni ade ni nyina na mankitahudi ede ekoso na omanfo nso eje omo se de esene fata na omo sanso ye sanso a baabi wona tum na baabi abo akire so enti se de bebo ama omate dodo e ho so no ntino ne ehwe din hu se we die emu omre enti ebetum de na free bonkum akoni fan na omaye ne saa enti osanso ka bibi se obu ho nso a na wadi boni bi pen ena wadwane ti wo wadwane afiri kumase akọboase a oboase prisons ho no ye de ne bekọ akoto ho
ye ko chene ne edi na asem a
di na asem a
na ye edi na asem na no
na oda ho na ode koba ne court so ahu na ade chi ade sanya na ode koba nti na obeda ho a kosi so obesa nya na so twen foforo a ye de be ma no
ti na onu no sa na de oda hotel
eni ye sande ne na wanya
hey abusia enne me pese me ne opanyini betwetwe nkomo na ono na ye deputy director of prisons engineer James B Nweyele na de tienie obi no mo pese okọ prison no nanso one way or the other one hwe ya na okopio eno nti na ho behia pa se me ne wo betwetwe sankomo yi ba bia wo so osua na ohunu abufuo bi nti utimi hye ho so a wankwankopie de ye kan me na din kanka na wakire mu se wo ba santimentem hanoma yo na duafie nson ma kura de omu bi sa dum ho no mo de na ma de sa ewo ho no aten ho so ebum to yo ba anya wa adwene se wo be ye na ye chiwa wo nya ba bi mfa to so yo ba nti ekwan wo da ho sa na ewo nsia wo kumase Asante region ha wabo adwura wabo oboase wabo amanfrom adum ha de ya bobo anti nsia na ewo ho no mo no wunim na ye bibia benya ba bi ada ena o man mu nso ewo aduana num 45 ye no yedi nka bisan se dɔɔso na no so won ka se dɔɔso san se enye se omukura pen se nka se bi obi ni bɔne na ade ayede na badadu afie nye de opɛ no no na mom abanesa ntu nkon de won ka se ye nɔɔso de ehia ne se nipa na se bi bia wafom no nka asotwe wo ho no yede ni fam a na ya de suahunu ama no na nka wasan akɔ san so wukosi prison bebrebe yi yes no hamu na nkodam na eze wo se nipa di bɔne ne nkodam tinya saa na omo ehwe no yedi hu nkomo bebrebe ebiom engineer James Nweyele na mene no twetwe nkomo no engineer, let me ask this. I'm looking at how you receive these inmates, people who have offended, process into your custody. How is it done?
Right. So let me just before I touch on that, so that I don't forget.
Okay.
That I talked about our mandate, what we do. Now, our Director General has come up with a policy initiative, what is called the Think Prisons 360 Degrees Initiative. She launched it in Ashanti region. So we are like running with it. She's gone across the country to launch it. Now the major issue is that what we do as our mandate is to give us a sharper focus, bring issues to the fore a lot better. So it has, let me say, 3 key pillars. One is, is to create awareness, educate people about prison. So the idea is that when you say think prison 360, it's not that you go to prison. So the first pillar is that create awareness about prisons. as a deterrent, so that people don't go commit offenses that will send them to prison. So we do a lot of awareness creation, the PRO units across the country. The second pillar is that for those who are already in there, what do we do as a state, as individuals, as corporate bodies, in terms of implementing our mandate? So the feeding is the responsibility of the state, but the state can go that far. So individuals, how do we come in? Corporate bodies, religious-based, faith-based organizations that help us a lot. So and then welfare of staff as well. So under all that comes the agri mechanization. That under that comes because we have it's a major issue now that DG has taken on board. That let's get arable land, let's get land banks, let's go into commercial farming, so that the society at large should appreciate a lot more what prisons can do. Industrialization is another. We have workshops in our various some of the prison establishments. Let's scale them up through partnership, through so that we can go into production. Here at Kumasi Central Prison, we have the carpentry workshop, we have the tailoring, we have the kente, we have the batik tie and dye.
Kente weavers in there.
Yes, in the prison. We have quite a big with about 25 inmates, 25 to 30 inmates going through some training under the eagle eye and training by qualified staff. So now, under that pillar, we have a gamut of issues. Then, and of course, we also have the advocacy, rebranding, so that people know about the prisons. So the PR unit does that a lot, and they go to second cycle institutions to let the young people know about the prisons. Now, earlier you mentioned that people go. It's not everybody who is in the prison who there are few who don't need to be there. Let's be honest, majority have committed offenses, and they deserve to be there. But there are few that don't have to be there. Now the young people, and this may serve as an advice. There are offenses that you hear about them and are like, is it an offense? Let's say someone comes to sell an iPhone 17 to you, 200 cedis, and you buy it.
It didn't abet him. iPhone 17, they need 200. Who 20?
So you see, so that's a dishonesty receiving. Now, the police are looking for a suspect, and they suspect that the suspect is
in your custody.
That is it. They come and you deceive them. When they get to know, they eventually get a suspect. They can process you to court too. You are aiding and abetting. Threat of death, threat of life. Mebo, I'll beat you, I'll slap you, I'll kill you. The person wants to take up the issue, they can prefer charge again before you see you are in prison. Now, this issue of galamsey, let me touch about it. Yes. I mean, the police, the military can come and swoop on a group of people. That's a suspect. They can bring you to the prison, they would process you, do some form of identification before you see you may be in prison. So, and for we have cyber crimes as well now. You have this fraud, and let me say, maybe the young people do that a lot. So you can be in prison for all kinds of reasons. So awareness creation is, as I said earlier on. Now stigma is one of the pillars, which is also part of the awareness creation, because when the inmates that leave the prison, they go back to society. Now society, do we accept them? Right from the families, their friends. So we encourage people to visit the prisons, because there are cases that inmates leave the prison, they go home, and then because they are not received well, some may feel that they should go back home, quote and unquote, because they may have been in the prison for long.
Where they have the family there.
Now, so these are the three key pillars. But under the second pillar, in terms of the welfare of the inmates and staff, in terms of agri mechanization, industrialization, that pillar has a lot.
Okay.
But it's good that as an institution, prisons, we should let people know the role we play in society, and then how society comes in. Because at the end of the day, the inmates are kith and kin. The state the entity as prison will do what we have to do. But beyond that, they will come back to society. So society has a key role to play as well in what is the prison reforms as a whole and eventual reintegration of inmate back into society. Yes, that is quite a
Thank
long
you very
process.
much.
I hope,
Thank you. Kwame, cheche mupa.
Medasi. Na deɛ bɛfam kwan a ɔmofa so a neduafo mpanimfo agye wɔn mu a wadi bɔne na ɔba wɔn nsam na ɔyɛ sɛ dabi wɔmfɛ nkɔ akyiri kakra na director general maame bafo boni wɔde anisoade hu kɛseɛ bi ɛsrɛ ni so a wato din sɛ think prisons 360 degrees na ɛno no hyehyɛ bebree ɛna wɔ mu ɔkyerɛ sɛ mpo kumase na ɔbɛpa ho ntoma a saa bere ogu so ɔpɛ pa ho ntoma wɔ mmeammea ahodoɔ na anisoade hunu no ɛne sɛ wɔn bɛma ɔmanfoɔ ahunu deɛ neduafoɔ wɔn yɛ adwumafoɔ na wɔn wɔ hɔ no wɔn bɛma ɔmanfoɔ ate wɔn adwuma n'ase yie paa ɛdawubɔ ɛnkyerɛkyerɛ a wɔn de bɛto ɔmanfoɔ anim ɛno hia wɔn papaapa na afei nso sɛdeɛ ɔmanfoɔ anim neduafoɔ esi fa ebi mu adwempo bi wɔ wɔn tirim nti wɔn bɛ sɛ wɔn ɛkanya ɔmanfoɔ adwene ɛma wɔn te wɔn ase ɛwɔ adwuma wɔn yɛ nim ɛno nti sesei wɔn adwumafoɔ no bi ahyɛ ase a wɔn bɔ ntoa ɛkɔ ntoasoɔ sukuu ahodoɔ senior high school no a wɔn ka prisons anaa neduafoɔ wɔn dwumadie kyerɛkyerɛ wɔn ma ɛdeɛ wɔn bɛkyerɛkyerɛ wɔn nneɛma a yɛabɔ ne fosɛm a ɛbɛtwe aba wɔn atenaeɛ nti wɔn ma ɔmanfoɔ nkumaa no adwen aba abɔnefosɛm so ama hun sɛ neduafie no nso so wɔ hɔ ɛtwɛn obiara obɛdi bɔne ɔman no mmra
wo yɛ adeɛ no ahwɛ
yie adeɛ a no ahwɛ yie paa no hia wɔn papaapa na ɔkyerɛ sɛ neduafie no nso wɔ hɔ no think prisons 360 no ɔmo hwɛ nso sɛ neduafoɔ a ɛwɔ ɔmo nsam no ɔmo bɛsan nya nsaa no dwuma nteteɛ ho nimdeɛ nti ɔmo bɛda hɔ a ɔmo mpie nkɔ ɔmo fie ebi mu no na ebi mu kɔ a na ebi kɔ ayɛ pepe dwomfoɔ ebi mu nso so kɔ sisi adan ama yɛ ebi mu kɔ bɔ dan so ama yɛ yi ɔkyerɛ sɛ ebi mpo nwunu kente yaa ebi mu nwunu kente wɔ hɔ a nya asɛnketewa ebi mu wɔ nsaa no dwuma bebree a ɔmo de ɔmo fa mu a
tie and die nyinaa
kyerɛ sɛ ntaare no nyinaa na ɔmo suasua bi wɔ hɔ a kyerɛ sɛ ɔmo mmra no na nya sɛ ɔmo akɔda neduafie hɔ kwa na ɔmo mu amia ɔmo ayɛ du ɔmo anyanimdeɛ foforɔ kyerɛ sɛ nsesa papa deɛ na ebi abɔ mu ɔmo de aba yɛn nkyɛn bie mu ne abɛdi adwuma na ɔsan so twe adwene sɛ saa 360 na nso na ɔmo wɔ adwempa wɔ mu sɛ neduafoɔ no nso so ankasa ɔmo hɔ no ɔmo nso so eyi edie nso so bɛkɔ nkan na neduafoɔ adwumayɛfoɔ nso so eyi edie nso bɛkɔ nkan efiri sɛ nkɔsoa ewuo nkɔso mpafe nam ɔmo yɛ adwumafoɔ ɔmo hɔ a ɔmo hwɛ sɛ neduafoɔ ɛbanbɔ akɔso na ɔmo yɛ di akɔso no wɔsɛ ɔmo ankasa nso sɛ prison officers no ɔmo nso asetena na ɔmo dwuma ɔmo die nyinaa na ɔmo nso banbɔ ɛkɔ yie ma wɔn papa nti na otu yɛ mabunifo ɛfa nneɛma bi ebetumi atwe akɔ neduafie hɔ na ɔka bibi sɛ ebi mu paade ɛfoɔ dodo adefoɔ de ɛnɛ iphone yɛ abɛn ne boɔ nyɛ boɔ na ade obi fa afikyerɛ hɔ de baako brɛ waa ɔbɛgye mama o ebi kɔ ɔbaa wɔ se 10 million 1,000
dada bi wa wɔse bu 200
Ghana wa ɔhwɛ nyame anim nɛnɛ yabobo yɛ afo yi kura kofi ɛtɔ ne sɛ yi kyɛ sɛ ɔde wanya mmire ɛna wokɔtu no nkwankyɛn deɛ a
woyɛ sa no ho baabi a wode w'ani kyerɛ
baabi akeka kɔ nti ɔkyerɛ sɛ obi obɛtumi akɔtɔ ɛno ɛfrɛ no korɔ no deɛ watɔ korɔ no deɛ obi nipa no kɔ wiae ɛna wo so deɛ na wonim ɛna nso kɔtɔ firi ne nsɛm adefoɔ de na mmara no so mu deɛ a na menim biara sɛ mu ni hɔ enti basa na abambɔfoɔ ɛto ɔmo ho magum na ɔmo susɔ nkurɔfoɔ mu ano mbɛhu sɛ iphone wo nkyɛn na abɛdi a na ɔmo de ɔmo ani asusu sɛ ɛne ɛwo ɛna wadi bɔne na wɔntimi anyi wo torofoɔ adi na ɛkɔka nkwa wɔ adaka mu deɛ a mmara no so mu a na akyekyerew nsa na ɛde wakɔ ɔmo nsɛm ɛno nyinaa yɛ nneɛma bi a ɛbɛtumi ama
ɔso bi wɔ kora yɛ pɛ obi akye no
yes
wagye nipa no asie
police
foɔ kɔba nyinaa woso hu
wonim baabi ɔhyɛ
woso hu no
na sɛ woboa nipa no ma no de bɔne
nti sɛ kɔba saa nom so mu a
wɔmma mmara no nyaa o
no mebisa sɛ ɛyɛ wo nipa mu di bɔne ɔsɛ obo mu ɔnhyɛ danka so wadi bɔne bio na woyɛ saa deɛ wei di a ɛma bɛyɛ bɔnefoɔ
ɛma tumi kɔyɛ bɔnefoɔ so na no wɔka biribi nso sɛ anka ɛni kwan sɛ nipa bebree kɔ neduafie hɔ anka kumaa bi yɛ nanso bi mu nso wɔ hɔ a ɔmo nneɛma ɔmo yɛ ɛsɛ fata sɛ yɛde ɔmo kɔ neduafie hɔ ɛma ɔmo hwɛ ɔmo so tiam sɛ Kofi baabi a yɛduru ɛno no
engineer let's take a break when we come back, so much to ask, so much to know.
Yes.
I was will be down Quantana Opim so 104.7 said them kind of many or Panini engineer James B in Wiyele na onona asantiman tem hanumunina ne duafina e wa hanumunina onni panina or dan or sheso na the cham den buy no mene wo yenda ndwene da se bia ye be pese ye be koho nanso onhwe no bi di san bi aba bi san ne no na mpese be di ho komo na ekobasa wo kai sa de na bibi ni na betimi aye ho bibi se betwe afiri ho a agya isa ho otro eno ho komo ene yedi metwa me ho aba me ba ensem ne dɔso po ama mo bisa bi nso e wo Facebook no meji bre na ma bisa ne nyina me ba sesi ai.
Hello.
Ofa.
Hey, Nabwachi. Who does so fear? Unko school.
Ofa, enyamio. Anti-diabetes ya ama ekura beto ne na
Welcome back. We are live on Facebook, live on YouTube. You can contact us up so 104.7 na ene many engineer mwele ono ena sentimentum hano mo na dua fie ne wo ha ni nyina nempa no mekrama hu ni nyina sa ye nson odano na company for no mo hwe Ghana hanso die ni nyina so Ghana ha ya aduanan num anti ye nhye no so ye di komo na ba bia bedru ni mi bisa ne se obi ye na kogina dakam ye bu na tan awie ye se mfa no nkoto prison atore bia atade na ehye no na ne nsa gu na chi ne dese mi bisa ne se ye kase obi mfa no nkoto prison na process ne tesen ye manu ko fi kwasesa no ho ordinary phone be kwa na say obekwa kwasha na tare papa bi we are looking at the process. Engineer,
yes,
how do you receive inmates?
Yes. So for us at the prisons, when an inmate is brought with what we call a valid document, a warrant of commitment, we look at 5 key issues. The name of the inmate, the offense, the sentence, the court of conviction, and the stamp signature of the judge. We look at this key document, information. When we are satisfied that they are right, they will accept the inmate.
So before you continue, what's the rationale? Of course, the name you have to know.
Yes. The offense.
The offense.
The sentence.
Why do you want to know the offense? To help you know where to put the person.
As much as possible to do some classification so that I don't go and put the first offender with someone
amongst murderers.
Exactly. As much as possible. So once we are satisfied that the document is valid, then we accept him. So we have a process, the reception office. So the inmate goes there, we take his vitals, fill the form, whether he has a NHIS card, also information, whether he has a skill, a carpenter or an
it's more like the person is being admitted.
Exactly.
So we need necessary information.
We get into it very detailed, as detailed as we can.
If the person has an NHIS card, but that time probably might not be with him. So
exactly, they will ask. So that subsequently, because we want to, it's something we deliberately do. So that their health issues a major
concern.
Exactly. So we get all the necessary information. We also ask that you get a contact of relatives. Yes, so that we enter all that information. Of course, we take their phones, we take their belongings and give them very basic ones that they need in the cells.
Provided by the prison service?
Well, we have a jumper that we give them. We have the prison uniform that we give them. And then their personal belongings, we give maybe a short, if they have, or one trousers or one T-shirt, so that they don't go and overcrowd the cell with their personal belongings. That sort of thing.
And the belonging you give to them?
Yes, we keep them properly.
To be used for how long?
No, they'll be there at the reception office, properly labeled. Yes. So that when he let me say he or she, depending on if it's a female prison, is going out after serving the sentence, then we give it to him or her.
If somebody is admitted or comes in today, taken through all this process, the person has been given probably a shirt and a short. That shirt and the short will be used for how many days, or it will be more like go to the laundry?
Yes.
And the new one is...
Ideally, we try to get them 2 sets.
Yes,
so that within the yard, because you see, we get a lot of visitors coming to the prison, so there has to be some form of identification. Now, those who also qualify to go out and do outdoor labor, they have to be, attired in some way. Yes, so these are given them, and then we, of course, they go through some orientation. We have the prison admission and discharge board. That's at a level, so that we try and orient the new inmates to accept their new condition, so they can serve out their sentences and then go back as useful citizens.
Any counseling done?
Yes, we have a counseling unit
before they enter.
Yes. So we take them through all that, and that's a very difficult stage, because most of them are still in denial at that stage.
Do they cry?
No, some do. Some get very emotional. Especially let's say those who have responsibilities out there, the family, have children, maybe let's say your wife is expecting, and then things of that nature. So it's quite we have professionals that try to engage them. Then we have social workers too that are there. Then at times when there's a need to engage a professional outside, we try to do that to help, because it's important for us that the inmate accept his new situation and settles before we can take him or her through all the processes that we have. So I earlier talked about asking them whether they have some skills. So we have the shoemaking shop. We do the ahinima.
Oh, yes, I see.
Yes, excellent ones.
I think it's about time people get to know of all this, probably to patronize.
Oh, yes.
The things we do there.
So we have to do that a lot more in terms of letting people know what we do.
Okay.
And let me just chip in that maybe I'm the mayor of
Kumasi. Okay.
Yes, Honorable
Zuba.
Yes, he's trying to get us a showroom.
Okay, I see.
So that I can exhibit our things. So, Mayor, if you are listening to me, I've now said it here. So
I'll cut this portion and send to him.
Yes, please do. And then we also produce our own water. Do mineral water at the prison. The factory is behind. It's at our canteen area there. It's part of the skill training.
The last time I visited you, I went to the canteen.
Oh, great.
But it's
good. So I take the advantage to invite all to
visit. Awunu za jankom kwa ayemo bom kwa jollof ne ko fanta bia wo we na kwa obiza obi ada prison na o chele san osan asam de mo no ma mo sam ye kan asam ma so nti asem mo mokro no ne mfa mo mra prison amomba ene inspector birthday o hu ji ye ni wa ha no se inspector birthday nti o beda prison wo
right. So we have produced our own water as part of the skill training. I have 5 inmates who are learning the various processes of water production, so that hopefully when they leave the prison, they will find something to do. And then let me add this, through discussion with the Director General of Prisons and go ahead, we now have creative arts as a component of skill training towards rehabilitation. So you may have heard about we had a fashion show.
I'll come to
prison.
That.
So we have inmates who are learning how to sing. Yesterday we had a musician come to the yard too. And about 20 to 25 inmates. We are looking at photography. We are looking at sign writing. We have a choir, inmates choir in the yard. Echoes. They sing gospel songs.
That's the name.
Yes, they also sing High Life and what have you. So
great.
So all these are. I'm looking at between 60 to 80 inmates under the umbrella of creative arts. So that added to the traditional skill training, if I get about 200 inmates busy in the yard every day, it will gladden my heart as the officer in charge of Kumasi.
I must add even to this that the last time I visited the prisons, I visited the female section.
Good.
And I was so shocked about what they are into, the beads.
So many things.
Yes, and I was like,
they do this, they are fascinators, ladies. They do a lot of things.
I commend you.
Well,
the wardens, the officers.
The officers, yes.
Because it's more like you've made them your relatives.
Yes.
They feel so cool.
It has to be so.
It's more like they don't.
Family.
They don't say like they are. Yeah. Confined.
Right.
I mean, thank you for that great job being done there.
Right. And it's security. You see, for us as officers, by our training as professionals, we cannot add on additional pain.
You don't need to intimidate them.
Exactly, because the person is confined. You are
told
what
emotional trauma.
Exactly, and so ours is to counsel them, see them as our kith and kin, because we are the parents.
Make life easy for them.
Every morning they see us, So if at any time they are more than us in terms of numbers.
Yeah, so
I mean, so it makes sense. So
if you don't take it, they can overpower you.
Exactly, And as a commander, there's no emergency gate for me.
And they know where to find you.
Exactly. So we there's a congenial atmosphere. And we try to keep the prison yard clean. Your cleanliness is next to godliness. If,
I want Kwame to give me the tree of it, but then how the first time people enter into the yard after going through the process, probably cancelled, and they step in there. Now reality dawns on them. How that first moment, how do you see them? How has the experience been like?
We normally have we have block commanders who are officers, hall leaders. We also have the inmates, who are by virtue of good behavior, steady industry. They have become like leaders, like a boarding house.
Or ushers.
Exactly. And they play a key role between the inmates and administration. Key role. Because they are the first to pick up issues with their kind. If they cannot handle, they bring it to us.
So you use them more like informants.
Exactly. Exactly. Helps a lot. You can get information from them, so it helps a lot. So they also, because they've been there for some time, they also engage their kind, especially new ones that arrive, especially when we lock them till the following morning. So they give them a lot of counseling, and I can tell you that the first night they hardly sleep. A lot of information. It's like you go to a boarding house.
Orientation.
How to settle. But I must commend we call them black coats. That's the term we use for them. Those are the leaders, image leaders.
Why that term?
Well, I mean, it's a term that's in our books. Our standing orders. Yes, black coats.
Maybe the inside police.
Well,
my own interpretation.
They play the same. So that is how we try to get new inmates to settle into prison life, and gradually they pick up. And then we encourage visits. And I must say, as a prison command, is something that I deliberately look out for. I've assigned a senior officer who makes calls almost on daily basis to relatives or friends, encouraging them to visit. Because to interest you to know that there are some of the inmates that never get visits. Oh yes. For a period that they are there, nobody visits them.
How could they be abandoned by the family?
Oh yes.
Why is it depending on the kind of offense?
Well, I mean, it could be. Could be. Maybe a family feel that you have embarrassed us by committing such a crime. The court processes may be long. You are going there.
Do those that have been sentenced life imprisonment, do they receive visitors?
Oh yes. In fact, all prisoners are vulnerable, but some are particularly vulnerable, like those sentenced to death, sentenced to life imprisonment. Imagine the psychological torture. We have some elderly ones. We have some, the aged elderly ones. We have some who are sick. So these are vulnerable prisoners. Among,
many,
all are vulnerable. So we particularly look out for them. So we encourage them to get a lot of visits, especially a high sentence inmates. And for some, and that is why I'm happy that Director General has given a go ahead for us to expand the skill training for the inmates. Let's say a high sentence inmate learns how to sing. That could be something that he could be doing for a long time in the prison. And with these linkages we are trying to do with, in fact, we are Kumawood. We are also in collaboration with Kumawood.
Because when you mentioned
skills. Yes, the inmates are very skilled. We have a choreographed group. 3-4 inmates. If they dance, perform for you, marvel at their skills. They're in the prison.
I'll come to that. I think it's about time we probably, I don't know, if the person is serving for about 10 years and is part of this group, the person will be allowed. Other than that, echoes and this, probably you can infuse them when there are events, and when they finish, they go back.
No, it's something
you will see. We'll talk about that. Kwame, for you,
yo, medasi, baby, I drew a kwanya penny for fast or moji in the diaphono, ubi a PM to more for 1-4, say Uncle Defiasi. Eno chechire mu se de di nkan pa omo hwem atemu no nkrata asem na atemu no soso no omo hwe bone kro a oni kro ediye na ebium atemu no soso emre dodo ewo mu
na ibisa ye di nkan ewudin
baby a ofiri omo nsem nyina omo hwe ni nyina na wo so ebi ese o yemfa nkotum mfinhia du bo a enum obi so ho a wonkwa na nyina eno no ewo na biom omo san so hwe bone potia wo ye sabia bia ukodi ewu kokum nipa ukobọ kro no ni nyina no omo hwe ama obusa nse de ntina omo hwehwe saa nim na o kire se obu wo ho a na sabi odi okodi awuo no untimi mfa ne nkonkoto ba bia obi otwa obi bode ena ede nakoto
obi pa no fra to no fa
ena o fa ye eja ekura na num mpo eso mrachi no enti omo hwe niam ni nyina na omo hu ba bia omo de omo koto bo nso a ne bredi nkan a wafom emra enti eno so omo hwe ehu ba bia e wo se omo de omo nyina ekokoto na o kire se omo bedru nso so a omo won hyehye yesoronko wo ho nso so a omo agi wo omo wo fidua no mu hankasa enti ho no omo san so hwe ne ho nsem nyina bio ebi kro wo apomdin krata bi NHIS card bi bibia fa no ho a
enkansa o insurance
because
o yare do mo so
nti ade bia e be ma ne yie die na apomdin
uni bia ye bia ma
akoye bia no mo hwe ni nyina uni bia na ne se do kan na aye bia ma ɛna ɔmo afade so busa na ɔmo ntade hyehye wo mu na ɔkyerɛ sɛ waawo de adada ne nyinaa de wo ba wo bɛsesa no na no ɔmo bɛgye wo ne nyinaa manaka de eni ho a untimi na ho na no mpoko ɔmo bɛsesa na de eneduafie de ahyew ɛmɛ no ɔmo mienu ɛma wɔnom fise bi wo ha na afoforo ba bɛsresra mo nti wo sɛ mo afade no soso no ɛyɛ kama nti ɔmo taa kwa abɔntene de omo ewo science ne ma obu nso ho a ono ne dia na no odin enti ono no onya nuru ba bi a wo se ma ne ta pie enti ono so da ho ewo ne dia a bra no omo de ehyehe eno so ho asem ebae e na osan so kire yesem obu ho a ayese kotofoforo aba nsuo mu no na ni su tan no kire se ohuru ba bia na setena koduru no asesa enti wo se omutime kanya na dwene e ma na adwene no ba gitum se se de wa firifie
onto so ndi areho
yes ababa bi foforo enu nti omo wo animdifo a wo mo ekanya wo madwene tu omo fo kasa kire wo nom e ma wo madwene si omo nso yie se de aduro ni de ha no maba enti omo nyi asetena no entum e wo ho ni nyina omo ye ho adwuma pa tutu omo fo pa na omo sanso ehwe nso se empanimfo na so ebema wo mo afutuo ne kasa kire ena osan ka biem se bi wo kro omo de eneduafo na abi omo manyini wo mo ache wo ho no omo de se omo ye graduate
edin a omo de from ho ye black coat ma me kura mbisa se di ntia no so aye ade wo nkrata mu
dada
na won se ye mpanyimfo bi abonten a omo ta sentade black timi yesa ade ne duafi police fo ana and was a jamia so me ana me chechire mu nti
oso omo no eboa omo pa omo mpo na koye se omo koye
abushira panyimfo
omo koye twene bia eda omo ne duafo mpanimfo ne eneduafo nkaye no ntemu a kire se omo gina ho na bibia ni a omo tia omo mpo na so ama omo hu de ekoto ma bia na ne duafo ne di nkomo bi huhu ne nyina no omutimi tia mpanimfo na so omutimi de niema eto yie ena omo ankasa nam so omo so ache ho ni nti na omo so timi kanya afoforo na omo ba no adwene ema omo so hu se baabi ayegu ani kebi dunko baabi ani ha o se baabi a ne ha enti wanya oba ha de a yeso ye ba ha nyene ya tra omo bu so pe
o ka de 6 months pen de
ma na ya na ho ba
ya kire we di be
obi na ba je se platform ena o se omo san so hwe so se ebra no bra nipa na ba ho no so no nkitahudie wa abontim omo na omabusuafo entem so be ye wa no enu nti director general prisons na ni abre pa yibofotene ba ko no te ho ade bia de achi bia no ono frefre neduafo na busuafo ka kiro mo so mo mra mesra mo busuafo mo mesra free sense ran hwe no ewu hia pa wo mpese omo ne omanfo ntem no betete kura nipa ho enu nti no omo sanso ehwe se wono mo a moda ho nyina no omo busuafo ba besra na wo busa ne se na aduru mre bi se obi abeda ho aye mesra ne pen na o se o ta akoso pa obu wa wada ofiri brisanti na busuafo nsi hoda na obusa se de ntia o se obu wa na fere yewum se bi udi hye bi wakobo kro no wakodi ewu ti yede na tum ne nkwa na nyina ya na bi mu kɔ hɔ a
so ogu abusuani ni
ase so ogu abusuani ni ase na so nya ba wie enti omo de omo hye abusuafo nyina nkran sɛ mo ade hye ne wo omo aba na duafia nkyɛ sɛ mo yi omo totwene mo to omo atwene atwa omo agya sɛ abusuano mo atwa omo din afirim de bi omo ka ho nti abre bia no mo hwɛ sɛ mpanifo bɛfrɛfrɛ ne duafo na busuafo ama ɔma bɛsra wɔ mo ɛwɔ hɔ na ɔsan kan ne ma bi ehia paa sɛ ɔmo hɔ no ɔmo san so yɛ ensa dwuma ne bia bebree creative artist say no ɔmo wom adwini ho nhyehyɛ bebree ɔmo san so ɔmo ebi mo pam adeɛ ni nyina ɔse nkyɛ ɔmo yɛ fashion show
ɛkyerɛ de bu betumi ayɛ ebi mu yɛ mpaboa nyina
ɔse bi mu so kra to dwom high life free gospel music ebi mu wom ne ɔmo ne ɛdɛ wɔ hɔ nyansa nketewa ɔse sese nipa bɛ sɛ aduosia de kɔ aduowɔtwe deɛ ɔno mu nyinaa ne wɔ saa creative art ma adwunie adwuma die nim enti ɔka ebi mu bɛka ho a ɔmo wɔ ensa no dwuma de sua mu wɔ ne duafie hɔ deɛ ɔmo kɔ bɛ sa hanu a saa bro mu na ɔmo ayɛ nneɛma bebree kura na ɔmo pe baabi a ɔmo de begu atɔn nti Kumasi mayor amena do ahyɛ ɔmo ama ɔmo ano ba sɛ ɔbɛpɛ baabi yɛ saa ma wɔm na ɔmo nsa no nneɛma ɔmo yɛ sɛ yɛ mpaboa ahenema ne adeɛ ɔka sɛ ɔmo yɛ nyinaa no ɔmo anya baabi de agu so store na ɔmo so tɔn saa bi ne gye sɛ ɔmo ayɛ entrepreneurs na ɔsan ka biom sɛ Kumasi Central Prisons no ɔmo ankasa nso ɛyɛ nsuo mineral water aba bebree ɔmo anso yɛ bi si ɛwɔ ha event adeɛ na wɔ ha yi ɔmo anso ɔmo deɛ a ɔmo so ɛyɛ ɛwɔ ne dua fie hɔ a na akora di ho adanse sɛ ɔkɔ ɔkɔ hu sɛ de sitie ɛne nnuane ɔmo die kosi ɔmo kyema a wɔ nyinaa kyerɛ sɛ na ɛhɔ yɛ wo de paa sɛ ne ɔbɛkɔ kakra kɔsra wɔ mo eti director kyerɛ sɛ ɛhɔ no ɔmo ne deɛ ɔmo hwɛ sɛ ɔmo mpie nsa mmerɛ biem no na ɔmo ayɛ du na ɔmanfoɔ ɛgye ɔmo atom yie paa na ɔka biem sɛ obi wɔ hɔ a opie firi na duafie hɔ ba ɛyɛ na yɛ den sɛ na busuafo bɛgyina tum kromba no bɛgye wɔn atum ne yɛ den sɛ tenetene wɔn so akɔre ne nsa na ne korɔ no akɔre na ɛbɛ mu nfa ma adeɛ nto yie kyerɛ mu na mu
ba wakodam aba
kyerɛ sɛ wakodam aba saa nneɛma yɛde nsɛ tenetene nkɔfoɔ so no ne nyinaa no kyerɛ sɛ director general ani wɔ so paa sɛ ɔmo bɛyi ne nyinaa firi hɔ na yagye yɛ nuanom ne duafo atum prɛko pɛ na wɔn bɛka ho biew abrɛ wɔn atwa wɔn na awie wo ne dua fie ho
Kwame me da se pa na nya nwie
yento aso
yento aso me ne engineer to aso just join us. I'm here with the Deputy Director of Prisons, Engineer James B. Nguyele. Thank you for that assistance. Let's look at, you've mentioned about the black coats.
Yes.
Within the inmates, yes. Are there ranks that you observe?
Well, so that is it. I mean, so let's say boarding school. You know, so you get the senior man. You become senior. You begin without script. You start enjoying some little privileges because you are new. Because you can send the new one
out of respect.
And out of fear. By the new one to then they obey. But we are very strict officer. We always look out for such things so that there's no bullying.
Because I was going to ask that people probably might take advantage and bully others.
And that can create confusion in the yard, and security wise, when there's confusion in the yard, officer, we are all at risk. So we are always very mindful of that. But in every society there has to be respect.
Yeah.
It's important. So the prison is not different. So that is it in terms. But as I said, the inmate play a key role. The leaders both, and we also use them, for instance, in the kitchen.
Okay.
Because of the numbers, we have officers who are caterers. But let's say they are going to pound banku. It's the inmates that do the actual, the stirring of it.
Oh, okay.
With the supervision by officers.
Okay.
And let me just. Indicate and thank once again the Director General in the Directorate for pushing for an increment in the feeding rate.
Okay.
From 1 cedi 80 pesos to 5 cedis now.
So before the increment was 1 cedi 80
pesos.
How were you able to survive on this?
So many years.
Even 5 cedis
a
day.
Exactly. So 3 square meals a day. I'm not sure about the square, but so 3 meals a day. So we try to manage that, but let's say it's helped to improve the feeding.
Are you feeding them with quality food?
Well, yes, we do the very best that we can.
As much as you can.
Yes. And I can tell you that just to give an idea, at Kumasi Central Prison, before I can give them rice, I need the 50 kilogram, about 17 bags, 17.
For just probably dinner.
For them lunch and supper.
Okay.
Yes. So that gives you an idea, So mostly we used to rely on donations. By faith-based organizations. But right now, with the increase in the feeding rate, I can afford to give them rice twice in a month. So if donations come and add on, they become.
So they eat rice twice in a month.
That's right. Yes. The rest is mainly banku. And this morning, for instance, we're able to give them, rice water and bread. Bread and then eggs. We can now at least give them eggs twice in a month to improve their protein requirement. Now, with the feeding rate increase, proud to that, Director General has a project, a pet project, that's the kitchen project, where all stations are encouraged to have some form of vegetable, to go to vegetable cultivation. So here at Kumasi Central, Bekwara, we have our small garden there. And we are making sure that all year round we have something coming up from there to help to supplement the feeding in terms of the soup we give them, what have you. Yes, so that is it on the. So the question was on the role that the inmates play, whatever we have categories.
Yeah.
So that is what it is.
Thank you very much, Kwame.
Ante hani everywhere. So then I can black coat wo. Senior man for no. Omo de mu jirem de na o kire se omo no so eboa pa na omo no na enso hwe se abefo no. Ombedi mraso wo ne duafie ho. Nti obi ya de bi na o tietia ba bi na tete ba boni akrache. Na opopo na ni akire ne kakra we ni abotre kwan so ma akra busan se asisie ne apobo bia ni ho no se dabi enye se ono ye senior mind na che so obepopo na ni akire afoforo no ma ba na beteatea wo be ha wo mo so o kire se enye sa nenso ba bia ni party bia no obuo ene ani die ehu hia papa enti wa ba wa ho dada empanimfo mo ho nyina na so de obuo ne ani die ema wono papa na omo enuane semu nso okan bi kire se kane no na da bia da ne duani bia na ndi sika eye cedi ene pesoa enwotwe
1 cedi 80 pesos nenu 2 cedis
nenu nkokọ no mienu na se de nyame adom Director General Mame Bafoboni ba ye wa pria ama se de duani bia na ndi sika eye cedi enum 5 Ghana cedis na no kura na ja entrenkwam enu ba bia na so kire se ye pa sene kane no se de na esi ewo ho no nti enuane nso o mu die no edoso pa na obusa no kwa se nti we eso wo mo o kire se de bia da no mu didi mprensa anopa ewiam ena enwumre ene se de ye beso de ene wafu no o te na abete so dunya kakra tumu a na o mie wonu aprintire na de ko ena wo hwa aduane no so ne papa mu ayeye na o se kofi aduane papa mu ayeye ne de o mo bo mmodin eye de o betimi de ama wo no na obu nkunta kire se Kumasi na duafie wo hin se oye na adwen se obeno amu ama ne duafo nyina dia kire se ada ono amu no obehia emoto no nsusu duro de 50 kg no obehia dunson maako dunson ena odi begu da se mu
betimi adi wia ne anwumra na no
se ne efra no pa omudi na buwie efra na buwie se ta ho se adua no kro na wudi ti anopa omotene so na awia omato aso anwumre
oso busum bia motimi di mu mprenu pe
se dodo na omehia ni nti edu ache se omo no amo dia omo mtimpo se omo no amo a de bia no omehia 50 kg no mo no bag bottle no
be do mo nyane sa
dunson
ti na akwa busum
no beti egu da semu
enti na sa bankuna
na bankunu kwa no kire se ne duafo na ne boa ne ka no fize bankunu kan kofu ni ahode amfi bebu agum enti o kire se omo ho ode no gina so ne de omo a ne ko emukase ho a bankutai so omo chim ne ko be na bibia ye kama mo so aduane die etimi akoso ena woka se Director General ehye mu nkran se mpanimfo nso moa se de bayi a omo nkwan ye wo mo atosode ahodo ombehia nyina na ne ko mbenya bi wo mu fikyire a champion obiri ni mo president video asef no backyard garden ti Director General ehye mu nkran pa se omunya bi se de bayi bra no ba mbetimanya bi na omo de abo nkwan ama wo no papa nti omo bo modin bia na o kire se aban de no de ba ne de yenso nu ba bia nti da ne da no omo da adonfo emoa na omadidi nti enwumaku ahodo akuakuo sorensore ahodo feku ahodo nyina ba wonsra ba mu nuane mu dia ne na atadwufo wa o mate de pa nti ombekoso asre se afoforo meboa wonom e wo mu nuane diem.
Kwame em say eduro so hu na aye mai obe kan za bomi puisa kakra
nche say osia afem ora ho
em say abusoma bia wo wutie me bia ye see we betumi aye ntwe ne nkɔhwɛ wo
emu oya pa
ye meka no se so we aye se ya page sika no mu kra 5 cedis a day
na kofi se bi nkwada ye man kwada kom ku school kra no omo ka ebro 5 cedis nkwara nketo no kwa de kan po ne ne ma hyehyɛ ne bag mu no kra
onya no for 30 cedis he nti 5 cedis no kra pa ne se na afa mama ye bibi nti minim wo dwene ho se obi on ma wo yewudi ni nkanka ne se bia tum so ya amroba a wo se bibi kra wadi awu a wonhwe a wo de besa wo mu nyina
foforo
nenso se betumi a
yam yankoboa wo mu
okay
let me just chip in there. Of course, we also combine it with Gary. It's also part of the meal. Beans and what have you.
Gary, then you
and the director will be
like Gary.
Director me Gary and beans.
Yes.
I know the feature Gary beans.
Must always as a backup. And then also we are also now able to buy some granules.
Okay.
With the now 5 CDs. So we're able to do a couple of things. But I know my director general is not resting on a horse. He's pushing for the feeding rate to be increased a bit more. And I want to say this, that in appealing for support, that we have a system in place.
Okay.
Incidentally, my PRO is in charge of the donation committee, where all donations are properly received, they are duly acknowledged,
recorded.
Exactly. So I can assure everybody that whatever is donated we use for that purpose. Got a system frowns seriously and has taken on seriously offset that have attempted to pilfer things that are meant.
If you attend P3 as an officer, if you don't take it, you are becoming an inmate.
Exactly.
Because you are not above the law.
Exactly. You are not at all. So that's the assurance I can give to all and soundry.
Kwame fa kakra ni shema men san makot
anse ye ka se adonfo mo ane hia wo mo pa na wo kire se emo amanfo de bre wo no no o mani ku ho papa nti o mo hyehyɛ pa e wo ho a o mo de gye adonfo mo ano ti wo aburo wo nuane bibia o sigare nyina o mo gye o mo de o mo nsa hwemu o ma yɛ nyankopɔ
na wo kɔ sa hwemu ha sabre
o mo gye bibia nti o ba de odi bro mu nyina no mu kurukyire ho nsem nyina gu enkrata mu a omo hwɛ sɛ ampa ya gye atum adimu ɛsɛ fata na ɛho aseda ne ho na ase nyina no soso ma hwɛ ama de kɔ ba bi de kɔ amampanimfo ehunu sɛ ɛmoa a omo nsa akani.
Engineer, how many people do we have in prison custody in Ashanti region here and then Ghana?
Okay, I think across the country around 14,000.
14,000 Ghanaians, okay.
Yes, and then central a little less than 1,600.
Okay.
Kumasi Central. And the region a little less than 2,600 across the region.
Okay.
So that's in terms of numbers. And let me just add that about 10 to 15% of that number nationwide are remand. Okay. It means that the cases are still being held
pending.
Okay. Exactly. So here at Central we have about 200 and a little over 200 under that category.
Out of the 1,006?
Yes, up to 1,006 thereabout.
Okay.
Yes. So we are working with the police and the judiciary as a whole to reduce that number so that their cases are determined, whether they are in or they are
occupying
out.
Space.
Exactly. So it's quite something that we're working on. And I want to commend the supervising High Court judge in Ashanti region and my police counterparts. I mean, within the 3 regional commands for the police, we have 3. So they are doing very well in there. So there's a lot of movement at the remand block in terms of inmates going to court and what have you. That is good for us within the 4 walls of the prison, so that at least it helps them to not to get too worried about their cases delaying so much.
Do inmates vote?
Yes, the last one they did. Those that qualified
at the general election.
Yes, the last one they did. So there was the Kumasi Central was a polling station.
Do you have NDC and MPP inmates?
I was surely, and all the others.
And they like they argue.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a way of just like outside. You know,
they say, Bobia will win. They will say Mahama will win.
Oh, yes.
So those that were in support of NDC, when they heard that Mahama has won, they were happy.
And they get a lot of information. And maybe before you and
and they were chasing the MPP.
Oh yes. Oh, yes.
Oh, I need to see these things.
It's a whole world inside there.
A whole world on its own.
A whole world inside there.
Kwame.
Na obunko nta kyerɛ o man mu nyinaa ni duafo a sabri omo omo ensem na kyerɛ sɛ o man mu nyinaa no yɛ empem dunan empem edunan ɛna wohwɛ oba kumase omo ɛhɔ de a na yɛ kyerɛ sɛ apem ne ahensia apem ne ahensia na wo mo nsem kumase central
no kɔ mu be ahanu bi a omo de no aye remand omo kɔba kɔ
akyɛ sɛ dɔm bɛtɔ kakra ne dɔm akɔ asɛndi bia ne dɔm akɔ abasa kyɛ sɛ mantam nyinaa deɛ ne kyɛ sɛ mpimienu ahensia mantam a ɛyɛ enson no
asantimantam
ɛyɛ enson ne deɛ ne sɛ ne duafo a wɔn wɔ mpanimfoɔ nsɛm yɛ mpimienu ahensia nti sɛ deɛ wakana na wokura bisa ne sɛ na wɔn wɔ hɔ yi wɔn ɛto aba na ɔso wɔn to aba kyɛ sɛ nano a ɛkɔ aba to esu yi kyɛ sɛ mɛ sɛ afi etwa mu ni ayi yes kyɛ sɛ bawumia re funfram yi wɔn to aba na wɔkyɛ sɛ wɔn nso politics no everybody and this
ko bi sa sem pipi and this
wɔkyɛ sɛ ɛnya asɛnketo
sɛ de wabɔnti
sɛ wɔ ha ya da bia ye di ho nkomo wɔn so di ho nkomo pa na anu yi a kyɛ sɛ mampani abebi o sa ba yi kyɛ sɛ bi mo ɔmo wɔ ndisi no na ɔmo bɔ nsiri he pa na ɔmo ani agye pa na agya atwetwe so ɛkɔ so tia mpp fom ɛna ɔkyerɛ sɛ ɔmo no ti ɔmo te asɛm ɛto ɔmo kura asɛm bɛtɔ fam ama ɔmo ate kura ansa na ɔmo mpanimfoɔ na abɛte yɛ sɛ ɔmo aso na ɔmo aso da fam saa ti bibi tɔ fam na ɔmo kura mu sa na mpanimfoɔ no pa
ɔtima ɔso de kɔ ka kyerɛ ne masa so aso de na deɛ ɛba fie hɔ no sɛ obi awɛ me ma fie ma me no wotumi da so de bɛka kyerɛ mu sɛ
ɛne ɔne ya ma yiwadi ɛdɛm sɛ baabi kakra yɛduru no
engineer, let me ask this. Do you sometimes, along the discharge of your duties, feel empathy for these people?
Yeah, most certainly. You see, and it's part of the work. We are together there. We are locked. Once I enter the main gate, the door is locked behind me, so we are all within the four walls till I go home. And you are with them. You know, at times their health needs, you know, it's one of a major challenge. So there are instances where officers have to, support by helping to buy medication for the inmates. Those things happen. Those that go out with the inmate to perform outdoor labor, you know, what happens? You have to keep engage them. You have to find a way of taking them safely and bringing them back. Fronting for their, like I told you earlier, encouraging relatives to visit. You know, this. So we really feel for them because we are with them every day. Yes, if they are not safe, if they are not sane, if their issues are not catered for, then we are not safe within the four walls of the prison.
Sure.
So it's security for us. Security, you see, so we keep happening this to our staff at every opportunity to appreciate that we are their parents. We are taking care of them on behalf of the state, on behalf of their parents, relatives. So we have to be there for them. You know, the other way too, it also works. The inmates get to appreciate this. So, and that's how come an officer can go. One officer can go out with 4 inmates and bring them back. So you wonder how. And that's how come when you enter the yard, you see, as I said, it's a serene atmosphere, you know, and everybody's going about his or her chores without let or hindrance. And we have at the Kumasi Central Prison, we have a school there. We have the senior high, the junior high, and the senior high. You know,
in there, for the inmates.
Yes, for the inmates, and we have officers who are teaching them. You know, and recently we had a complementary education. Complementary education unit within the GES. They are coming on board to give us some support. We got some support with the ICT center. we're trying to link up with Jackson Educational College to provide computer training for the inmate. They have it currently running on Mesia. So there are a couple of things going on in the yard, and we have the health center too within the yard, where we have, in collaboration with Confanoche Teaching Hospital, family doctors come in a week to look at
every
cases, week,
okay,
and to refer cases that are beyond that cannot be handled in the health center. And here, let me chip in and say a word of gratitude to Honorable Minister, Regional Minister, Dr. Frank Amakwene. Last year, as part of the Ashanti Fest, the health center was renovated.
Great.
A major uplift.
Dr. Frank Amakwene, thank you.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah. And currently, the female prison, the infirmary is also being renovated along that same line. And the RCC has supported the prisons quite a lot with fertilizer, with raw food items. Some of you were able to share with the other prisons. The mayor, as I said, very helpful. And some of the DCs and then the MCs within Ashanti region, I'm in touch with a good number of them. Some MPs have come to support. So indeed, I think we are getting some support, and we are very grateful. So I want to use this opportunity to appeal for others to help. Come and visit the prison. Great. Visit the prison. I keep saying that the prison is maybe a security area, but it's not a secret place.
Okay,
you see,
I
it's
like
maintained by the taxpayer. So we
well secured area, but not a secret place.
Exactly. So we as officers. So when people pass by, they see my officers standing in front with wielding weapons. Some of them they don't know how to. They don't smile so much. I encourage them to smile a bit. So people should and let me say, people come in. Someone just come with one sachet. A pack of sachet water. People just drop in and leave things there. But we have a system in place that will receive all of them and show appreciation. So people should visit.
This part is very important, Kwame. Especially to understand for me. People think they are bringing something, but probably they are afraid to speak to officers. They will just drop it.
Right. It happens. It happens. So we appreciate all that. And let me add that the female prison, people should not also forget. The female prison is just
in fact, it's unfortunate that the commander is bereaved.
Yes.
Other than that, I would have brought her tomorrow.
Okay.
I want her to go through the bereavement.
Yes.
And I'll bring her here.
Excellent.
Yeah.
The chief superintendent, Florence Asabia Taylor.
Asabia 1.
She's in charge of the female prison. Yes.
Kwame, Chaswa.
Kofi Medasi, the director Eka Bim NSN. Omo atenka pa. Emma eniduafo no mo ho no. Omunya atenka ma wo mo te se de omo ana wo ho no.
Aya nti omutimi ewe homa wo omunya atenkama wo
no omunya atenkama wo pa free say omu say omo anso enuane wo mo omu nyina ya ade ba ko na ba bi omo wo no so no edan no omo ka to mu a omu nyina na hyem nti omu nyina atefa akode a na kire say omu nyina dododo omo ho pa no kwa ma o kire mu say ohwe eniduafo ya bi o timi hu be se 9 e wa bontina prison officer ba ko pe eni di na chi
na ibu edu
na prison officer ba ko pe ne di na chi se ne nko be dwane akọ enso odom ni atenka che se ayonkofo a eda wo mo ntem wo mo asetene mu ntino omu nya sa atema no ma wo mo nti omo so nye wo madwe so be ya asodin ate atua e wo wonom ensem ti eneduafie ho de omo ne omo ete asetena pamu pa ma woda na di se Kumasi Central Prison Sin, omo suku ankasa wo ho. Omo junior high school wo ho, senior high school wo ho ate se GS ajo matumu a omati unit. Ama wo no mo abrano brana, omo ho ni bia. Kwan dem mo omo so mbesua de no so esua de ma o kan akra se abafu nim de so omo nya na chiri ICT. Eno ho hye kwa im se wo ye ha ya menhia local prisons ya. Eno na eda omaba mu a omo hwe se de be ya adesuafo so ewo mu ebetimi ehunu abafu nim de akwankyere no ebi ma osan so de ba apomdinsem mu e kire se omo ne konfa no cha ban sabia no ayonkofa ewo nkitaunde sonku nti omayi adwumefo ama omo kire se apomdi adwumefo a ebra no bra na nye bia na otwe bia no won besra won behwehwe won enuro omo apomdinsem nyina no won behwe ema won papa pade mo odin be bro omo so wo ne duafie ho ne de na o mama omo de omo konfa no chapum de anasabia ho no makwaje arhwe nti ho ana ogina ode aseda kese ema asante mantemu soafo no munyamfo Dr. Frank Amoakohene wo moasronko a ode ama eniduafie mpanimfo kire se afi atwamu odi afahye bia otundin se Ashanti Fest ogina so besiesie o maten no ema no bia ye ho ema wono papa pasan so besiesie o mo health center na e wo ho no so ema wono mpa o mani support kire se RCC ne die kire se aban atwen ye wa Asante mantemu ano o mo boa wono mpa wo akonesa nyina mu sanso kire se DCs ahodo nso boa wono MCs nso so boa wo mo mrahye bedwafo ahodo nso boa wono ti omakoso asre emoa ne biem fise da yese da se nyama da se ebimre biem Oliver Twist da bia na osre foforo edi moane de omo pepa no kire se bimu wo ho a omo de moane ba na se ehu ni suro bi wo mumu da bi emu jopa nti mfa de meto ntwene wo mo so e na wo chinko
bo no so osuro nti oba ya se nsuo sa hye no oja si no
da bi omo ahyehye pa wo ho omo de gi akyede nyina no nti wo bibia ketua bi yesene kura me se usura ye de ketua boye mo nwono enkase de kuta ni sua esoma wo no mo ho entu de okwa hu mpanimfo a omo nche ntum ho sa onye bone na omo age de atoye de asom yinuano mo amwo ne duafie
Kwame Medase engineer let me ask this most importantly. You are handling about 1,600 males. As men as we are, how do you handle their biological or physiological needs, like sex? Right. In that context, there's a message here on Facebook, on Facebook channel. It's coming from Lawrence in Kegbe. He says, "I've been hearing that the male prisoners are having sex with each other. How true is that?" So how do you handle the sexual desires of inmates?
Yes. Now, in our jurisdiction, we don't have, in our books, you want conjugal rights. In some jurisdictions, they have conjugal rights. Just to cite an example, in Darfur. Okay. We heard about Darfur. There was also in Sudan. So also for the years, but in their central prison, they have. They have conjugal rights in their laws, and in the central prison, they have the facilities for that. Okay. Where married couples are allowed time to spend time together. Yes. Now we don't have it in our books. In Ghana, yes, that's conjugal right. Okay. And then we don't have the facilities for that.
The right is not there, prison, so we don't make provisions for that.
Coming from there, indeed. So we don't have it now. You lock adults in a room, let's say 5:30 in the evening till the following morning. So what they do inside there, you are not there. But that said, I can assure everybody that inmates themselves frown upon such a practice, and they'll give you away easily. So when anything like that comes up, there's a term that is usually used, and we officers, that's when there's anything that we suspect. So what we do as administration, it also plan some inmates in the cells. Yeah, that and I don't need to divulge some of the things that we do here, of course, because I'm very much interested in getting a single case that is true, and we take the necessary measures. So I'm not going to dismiss it outright, but what I'm saying is that the inmates themselves frown upon such a practice, and they easily give away any tools that are engaged in certain, because they know that first and foremost the health implications. So they keep on educating them. So those who have become aware and they know that this thing is unacceptable. So the leaders, they come in because they've been there for a long time. So as I said, I wouldn't just dismiss it outright.
But there's a way of controlling
exactly. So both within the inmate and as part of administration, when you are caught, it becomes a major issue. Yes. So maybe they will come where we will have it in our books, maybe expand our facilities a bit, maybe provide that opportunity for married couples.
They will jubilate. Come in, Chiri.
Kofi, ubusa no say enipa ya tiase enima bebre hia ye de de fa ya no mu. Na de fa ase ho nso so ya no mo ye ne sei
nkankan wo memma nkwa apem ne ahansia
ɛna ɔmo nyinaa gu faako na ɛma nso nyinaa so gu faako
obu ma sɔre ya church ni
ye nkyɛn wɔde fa hefa enti wo bisa no asɛm sɛ basa ɔmo akɔnɔ mu atenka no ɔmo yɛ dɛn na ɔmo nya mu ahoto
chance no bi nso kura bisa sɛ wate sɛ mɛma no ɛne mɛma no ɛfa ma no mɛma no to hɔ ne ade
ɛna woyi ano sɛ ɔman yi mu die yɛni mmerɛ biara ɛma kwan sɛ ebia wokɔ ne duafie no woyɛ warefo enti brɛ no bra no oyere ana ukunu etimi ba besra na ma ba mo ho kakra wo se yeni mra bia wo man mu saa sesi e na emom
yeni dan kra wo ho
yeni ho dan de ni kan se yeni mra
na nya mra ni no ntie
nkɔpɛ ho dan no kye se ama ho do so de ama bi so
ye de Sudan kra example
ho de wo masi ho dan wo ho enti wo okunu wo yere na opɛ se okɔ ba ho wo ne odofo ntemu a o mbeyi na pie na mo akɔhye ho na mo agye wani na emusi so ma ade kye na mo asɔre
nipa nsa hwe
edi ɔkyerɛkyerɛ mu asɛ Ghana de be hu sɛ kasa no ye ni saa mra ne bi eninti obi ɔkɔda ho bia ne de sɛ wobedi ayɛ asekɔm akyɛ kusi sɛ wobɛsa nso abafie
mu obo ma ɔkɔ ne na tumo no osu obo ma nyɛ sɛ da wo
no osu ayɛ asekɔm
we no so hia o
ɛho hia pa na yɛkɔ ayɛ tu kwan kra ne mu ɔden
nipa nyo
enti ɔmo huna ma ne pa enti de ewo mu ɔmanfoɔ pɛtie paa ne sɛ yesusu sɛ na eduafie hɔ no nam sɛ ahokyerɛ wɔ hɔ ayɛ asekɔm ahokyerɛ wɔ nti no ebi mu ɛne ɔmo yɔnko deda sɛ mɛɛma na ɔmo na ɔmo yɔnko no ɔmo fa ɔmo ho so hu ɔbaa na bɛɛma ne bɛɛma na mu nsɛm ne ade nyinaa na ɔkyerɛ sɛ wɔno deɛ so wɔ sɛ sie deɛ ɔmfa n'ani hu bi firi sɛ ɔmo da biaɛ hɔ a mpanimfoɔ biara na hɔ bi na mmom akɔyɛ sɛ eneduafo na bi na bu mmara so de asoɔden entimi nhye ɔmo akɔnɔ so a ɔmo susu sɛ ɔmo de yɛ bibi saa wɔ neduafie hɔ na ɛno nso koraa no ɔmo ani di akyire paa ɔmo hwɛ sɛ ɔmo nya amanebɔ kan danseɛ kan to so sɛ ampa nipa asomɛsɛ ɔbɛnten anwummerɛ ebere sei ɔmo hyia mu wɔ nemu a ɛno no asotwe wɔ hɔ paa ɔmo de oni kura na asomɛsia na ɔbɛnten no ɛbɛfa so nti sɛsi akasa die Ghana ha die yɛni mmerɛ bia ma kwan sɛ wobɛtimi no dɔfo akɔhyia wɔ nemu abra we ne duani nemum amanone ne mmɛmɛ ahodie die bi wɔ hɔ sa nti sɛ die de ɔmo ɛwoyɛ ho adwuma
meda se na baako a ɔkan a mede ka ho yɛ sɛ ɔsɛ mpo no ne duafoɔ na ɔmo wɔ hɔ no sɛ be saa de no ɛyɛ ade tantan de ma ɔmo koraa ɛno nti sɛ bi a emu bi yɛ saa ɔmo ayi ne ma ɛde ne ma mpanyinfoɔ sɛ nipa bi sɛ yesu sɛ se no ɔtia na se no ɔpɛ sɛ ɔyɛ nti ɛnam sɛ neduafoɔ no koraa no ɛyɛ sɛ be ade tantan de ma ɔmo no ɔmo no koraa no nsosɔ saa nneɛma no so nanso no sɛde ɔkan no wɔntena ha so nka sɛ
bibia sɛ ni hɔ
wotu ɔmo prumu no mu gumu anadwumu ni nyinaa
uni hobi ayɛ sɛ obi sɛ anadwo deɛ ma ana wɔno nko ana kɔɔyɛ
baako fo ama ne bɔ
adansini ne akyinyifoɔ wɔ yi
kwame medase paa
sorry, let me just chip in that. The cells, the prison was built in 1901.
1901.
Yes.
125 years now.
Yes, and supposed to house around 450
inmates. Now we have 1,006.
Exactly. So you can imagine that we have overcrowding in the cells. So to imagine such an occurrence in the cell, two inmates having that intimacy, you can imagine how awful it will be. Unless it is midnight and you assume that all others are
some
sleeping. Exactly. So it's quite far-fetched, but as I said, I would not, the circumstances, looking at how they sleep, and so it's quite, it will be quite difficult, quite a challenge to,
What are some common misconceptions about the prison system and your role, misconceptions?
Well, I think the simplest one is that people imagine that inside a yard, there's tension and we are caning the inmates and slapping them and they are running around. I think that's one major misconception. Because a lot of people, when they enter a yard, so they are a bit apprehensive. They think that the inmates will, pounce on them and that kind of thing. So I think that is one. I think the other is the fact that they can visit the prison. I think that mere fact, because you see, when you talk about prisons, people think it's for criminals, just go and lock them there and throw the key into the ocean. You know, so I think the accessibility of the prison, and as part of the Think Prison 360 Degrees initiative, every November we have a prison month.
Okay.
Yes, so where across the country people can visit the prisons. In fact, we had it years ago. I think 2002. We had a prison week, where for one whole week it was like opening the prisons.
For
of
people
course, not
to
literally.
come,
Yes, people to visit.
having events.
Exactly, visit the inmate, you know. So there are a lot of initiatives we are doing. Just last Sunday, we had as part of Valentine, we here at the Kumasi Central Prison, we had relatives visiting the
There's
inmates.
a Saturday.
Just last
the Vast Day.
Exactly.
Oh, so they
yes.
celebrated Valentine's.
Yes, they
Day.
came. Yes. So
You
following
don't know
through-
girlfriends, you know.
Oh.
Kwame prison
So
what do?
following through with the fashion show.
Anya desa.
And let me give particular commendation to one of my officers. That is DSP Rose Chinebu Akodia.
TK.
Yes,
Yeah.
she's a wonderful lady. She always has ideas. She can very interesting ideas.
I understand she was part of the people that organized the fashion show.
Yeah, in fact, she was the brain behind it.
Yeah.
So I mean, all credit goes to her. She brought the idea. We talked through it a bit and we fine tuned it, and then the committee said, "Go ahead," and they went ahead with it. You know, so we are trying to. The idea is to bring the prisons closer to society. People should know that the prisons are part of the society, the key role that prisons play. Because if prisons are left the way they are, then we'll be in a vicious cycle.
Maybe let me ask this so that you answer for him to interpret. How do you approach rehabilitation and integration of inmates?
Well, so I touched on it briefly earlier. Now, we are having this various skill training ventures in the prison. But looking at the numbers, it's just between 8 to 10% the inmate population who are involved in some kind of skill training. Now we're able to add the creative art very well. Then I'm looking at getting to 15%. That would be a good number of inmates being engaged. One challenge we have is, and we are trying to get partnerships. For instance, we have a lot of entities in town. The carpentry shop in particular is one area that we do a lot of furniture, knockdown furniture. We can do dual decks, and it's good to indicate that the Minister for Interior, Honorable Muntaka, is MP for Asawase, and then between him and the Minister for Education, recently they signed an agreement where a percentage of government contract in terms of furniture for schools and what have you, and sewing or uniform, maybe some security services will come to the prison.
For you to do.
Exactly. It will help us a lot. And I know Director General, under the Think Prison 360 Degrees, under the pillar of industrialization, there's an idea to build, get the prisons and industrial hub. So rehabilitation, reformation, reintegration is key among what we do at the prisons. So we just need to get more partnerships and scale them up, and to get startup capital. That is key. So that whatever the inmates learn within the four walls, when they are leaving the prison, they have the basic tools to start working. You know, I know there are two good examples of inmates that have left the prison. Around Ejiso, yes, and they've set up their tailoring shops.
Oh,
they
I
are
see.
also training inmates. This was, I think, 2 years ago when I was here as a second in command. Wow. Yes, you know, so it's a work in progress.
Great integration.
Oh yes. And for me, really, I'm looking forward to, for instance, the inmates that took part in the fashion show. And we are trying to keep in touch with the fashion houses that came and gave that support. So that the inmates, when they leave the prison, and maybe they have some shows to do, they may engage.
They can even build around them.
Exactly. So we are looking at such things so that it doesn't become a one-off event. You know, but to follow through. But the inmates are, they were very enthusiastic, and then they took part very actively.
It was a great show, though.
Yes, I guess so.
When we're talking about the 7 centers that we have,
the prisons.
I think you mentioned Ahensan.
Yes, Ahensan.
On Facebook, one gentleman said, please, the Ahensan camp prison, is it that Ahensan Atunsu 1? And Achimniba Kwasia J came to answer. This is for Mena Ahensan Adanse North District.
Yes, Adanse.
So the Ahensan you're speaking about is the Dumpoase. Okay, Adanse. So thank you so much, Chimniba Akwasiaji. I think your answer was right, and I believe that best answers you, Lawrence in Kegbe. Thank you very much, guys. You can still keep your questions and your concerns in. We'll take time to read them for you. You're live on 104.7 FM. You're down contact with engineer Nyele. Forgive me, James. That's fine. We are getting closer to our conversation. Kwame to home, mami.
I just mean no echo.
Imagine prison, no.
Oh, there be any amaba. Maybe I in America. Hey, o kwa bi me na me kro no. E mo den. Obusa no. Say ya no mo wo ho no. De na omususu so manfo bi dwen fa omo ho adwempo bei na omanfo dwen fa omo adwuma ho. E ma wo kire se ebinum e wo se ne duafie ho no ase ho de okọ a ukojam ye ko hamoso ye ko tete o ka
wo so bro
tro dabi de wo kire se enye sakura na etie ena bi mu nso ehu ni suro obi mu mpo se omo mpese o be ben ne duafie ho ebia ne se obi kura de ayede bi koma wo mo a ogina kwantimfi no atene nsa e de ato nti wo kire se ene duafie no ho no nya biaye a echese ehu okọ a bibi wo ho a ekọ hawo okọ ya oboni bi debi nti ho de omo aye nhyehyɛ sɛ ekwan mu da ho pron a obia betimi aba ho abɛsra wo mu abɛhwɛ wo mabusuafo ɛne omu nuanom a omo da wo nsam no ka kresi so na no vaze ya kyese ekɔ the enclave omo de omo agbo ho bi na ho na no omo bode mu ho papa ma pan omo adofo nyina besra wo no vaze chocolate na omo de mema wo mo kyese ma ho
na wo akudenku abi wa bonte aja na sada ndo wetu abehe wani
wetu abehe na nim na ase de nde bebo
de bi nde wo be pesa abre
nde bebo papa eti no sanso kom fashion show mu ye ni nyina ye ne ma bi o mu ya boa ma ho na koyese ho ne de enya bonsam jam
na kwa ma mfa wentwem emre ni nti abusia na no mu ye fashion show pa na ye no kra ka ho bi ne ma me ne mpanyimfo kodi nkomo no na wo hwe ne duafo no ebi kwa me unse ya na en sese omo ho no
na ohu omo
anim ni ade na de omo ye omo no me ne ma me panyini ba ko kasa ma me asabia mu omo se nyina na e ka ho bi sese omo no omo nya ya bushafo
ade ba
na montad ya ye omo nya omo fashion designers e ba ho no omo be ye ntade no empaboa and even the runway na omo nam so no kwame na fe na any so na the omo yes fashion show no I think it's the first ever event like that organized by prison officers with inmates. Record no masati acha say make us employ ya dey pa omo say omo say man aduafo no omo feeling no I think say omo mra no na omo abeka say yakura omo ye yaso mumu eye nti ho na mpesem na ebia na mrenti ntimi anko na
nti ho na wo DSP rules twenebo akodu abaso say ono nani suade hunum na ama ma bedru ba ma bedru fashion show no to ono na hye kire de ba ya mpanimfo sei sa adwene say ye enti empia na yemfa enkoye no papa na osanso bo a ye kire mu say sa prison 360 no enyina so no do so pa ma wubusa na say ne duafo no ho no adwuma ye mu so mo nsa no dwuma SM tesem emo ka say eno de o mani kun pa ne mo akoye say omomo sesei no be say o hanche mu nwotwe adi kodu so eno omodo omo ahye nsa no dwuma adesu ahodo a omo ye ohonu na creative art ne de omo wo mu pa ti se fashion show de ya tie and dye batik ne nyina aka ho am ye di kan akandada no se omo mpa na se de omo ye pa ne se sa prison 360 no omo benya enkabo mu omo ne ekuku ahodo aban akuo ene ankrankra de nyina nti oman ahwe ehwe afisem so a woni munyamfo Muntaka Mubarak asonase mrase bedwani eda no na nchei ena omo ne enwumasua aso ye no awo no munyamfo Henry Drusu da no kabo mu sensan apam krata asese eneduafo no bo ho a omo ye pepe dwumfo dwuma omo no munkunwa ye pa nti suku nkunwa a na nse omo de bebo pa na pepe dwumfo aye ho adwuma nyina no omo de bi bema eneduafo no omo nim ye no ama ɔmo so ayɛ bi ti wɔn nyinaa yɛ nneɛma bi a ɔmo hwɛ sɛ ɔmo na ɔmo kita wɔn de bɛkɔ nka afei sukuu ntaadeɛ ne pam nyinaa no ebi mu wɔ mu ɔmo so nim ade pam no ɔmo hwɛ sɛ ɔmo bɛnya ɛho contract na ɔmo de ama wɔn nom na ɔmo so ɛpam bi ne nyinaa na esiesie wɔn nom ebi ɔmo san so hwɛ sɛ nipa no nso nwi a wɔn pie nkɔ no na wɔnya tɛfɛ bi dwetire bi wɔde animdie sɛ awura nipa ntim ɔkɔ fie a dwetire wɔ yi ti nyinaa ɔmo hwɛ sɛ obi mpie nkɔ no na ɔmo anya
ɔde yɛn fa to kora sɛ da bɛbɛ 2022 ɔno mo adwo so ha de
yes ebi mu wɔ hɔ a
opie no aba bɛsɛte ɔno ane shop
business ya kyerɛ sɛ
ɔno sa kora training amanfo
na sɛ deɛ n'ani agye paa nti ne nyinaa ɔmo hwɛ sɛ wompie nkɔkwa nkɔ nsapan ɔmo hwɛ de kakra to butu fi sɛ futuo papa bia no ɛkyerɛ sɛ de kakra to butum ɛne deɛ na tin sɛ futuo na wie pɛyɛ paa nti ɔmo gu so a ɛhwɛ sɛ ɔmo bɛboa wɔnom na amanfo mu anso deɛ ɔmo hia papa sɛ ɔmo ne afoforo bɛnya nkitahudi a ɛbɛma ɔmo ayɛ duro na ɔmo ayɛ adwuma no.
Engineer, let's look at prison conditions. Right. We are coming to the end of the conversation. Prison conditions. How would you describe it? Is it the best?
Well, everything can always be better.
Yeah.
Let me say
more room for improvement.
Yes. So, I mean, instead of throwing our arms in despair, so what we do is to keep the place clean and tidy. So I can with confidence say that if you enter the yard, you see that it is clean, spick and span. Because that is so that health issues do not come in case of communicable disease that can also affect officers, and we can also transfer it to our family back home. So that is one thing. Now, in terms of physical infrastructure itself, not much we can do. But that said, we've gotten into collaboration.
A facility created for 450 inmates.
Exactly.
Housing now 1,600.
Exactly. So we push. We did a recommendation where we got that approval from the Director General to expand some of the cells. Okay. We're waiting for. We have an agreement with a partner that will help to expand the cell a bit.
Do you have space there?
Well, is to go up a bit. Put a structure on top of the current.
Make it like a story.
Exactly. Just introduce pillars without disturbing the current structure as it is. So that is in the offering. Now, creating space is a major issue overcrowding. So there, we do some transfers with approval from headquarters. We do some transfers that should help to relieve, create some space, and of course. Law reform is what will ultimately help to decongest the prisons. And let me say this, that the congestion varies from prison to prison.
Okay.
There are some that the numbers are quite manageable, especially the camp prisons. Let's say Ejura.
Okay.
Yeah, let's say Ejura can take a little bit more, but I don't have the inmate as central who qualify to be transferred to Ejura. Okay. But that within the system, the Director General is on top of this, trying to do some arrangement to see where we can move who to where to help to decongest the prison. But as I said, law reform is what we need, so that we have alternatives to imprisonment, so that those that go in are only those that commit certain types of crimes. Currently we have a parole bill that is being worked on. So once that goes through, then other forms of non-consular sentences will also go in and will also be taken care of. So prison conditions are not the best. As I said, we have a health center that takes care of the basic needs of the inmates. So medications is another challenge, and especially for the vulnerable prisoners, those that are identified. We have some in the prison that have some psychiatric issues. Yes, so they are a group that we are trying to manage. Imagine that within the four walls, then we have some with that condition. We have one who is visually impaired. So can you imagine a challenge such an inmate is going through?
That one who is visually impaired.
Yes.
He was brought in with that condition.
Oh yes. If you are, with the greatest of respect, if someone who is visually impaired commits a crime.
Because I was going to ask, what was this offense?
Yes, the case of this inmate, I'll have to check. I have to cross-check. I'll cross-check and let you have the information.
Because let's look at people like that.
Yes.
The most vulnerable people, like visually impaired. Yes. Do you have hearing impairment?
No.
Okay.
No. We have one that was, physically challenged. thankfully he went out through amnesty, the last amnesty.
Physically?
Yes, Charlie, he was limping.
Limping?
He was not even limping. This
amputated?
Not amputated, but he had a difficulty with moving around. So we had, he was also in a wheelchair.
Yes. Such a person, plus somebody who is very weak,
yes.
Very feeble to walk.
Yes.
And you have all these people.
Yes, we have a few of them there. So we look out for them in a very particular way.
The law has convicted them.
Yes.
Can it be that when they are being brought in,
right,
you can advise that looking at this person's condition?
Yes. The first I have to accept the person, even I could. Okay. I mean, the court could. Charge me for contempt.
Okay,
once
so
the person
if much as
document,
the person is coming, you need to accept the person.
Yes. Then I can now make a case.
You advise.
Write a recommendation.
Okay.
Yes. So that is something that I can do.
Okay.
Especially with aged prisoners.
Yeah.
That is how where amnesty comes in. For every adversary, the president has that prerogative.
Okay.
So he exercised the last during a safe match. So that let go a number of inmates. And let me also say we have the Justice for All program. So these are all that the court sits inside the prison. So it was done, I think 2 months ago, if my memory serves me right. And the 14 cases were seen to, with some going on bail and inside the prison.
Inside the prison.
Yes, so the judges came inside.
So when you are acquitted and discharged.
Yes, so you go.
No hurry.
That's all.
So no bye bye.
Yes. So there are a couple of interventions being done there so that to decongest the prisons while we're looking at the ultimate thing of law reforms. So I think since we're at the tail end, let me just say a word of gratitude. All the former director generals of prison, all of them, so many of them, they've all have contributed. And the current director general has, in my view, lifted it up to a very high pedestal. Okay. Especially with letting people know about prisons, crying out, as it were, stakeholders, partnerships.
Initiative like 360.
Exactly. Because some people want to help the prison, but they don't know how. The thing is so difficult. So I want to commend all of them, commend the current director general and the directorate. And let me mention that currently in Ashanti region, the number 2 in the prison service, that's the deputy director general, Dr. Francis Omani Ado.
Okay.
He's currently in Kumasi. He came to visit us, see how we are
I
doing.
think last week also,
so the directorate, they move around. Yes, they move around a lot. And that's some assurance to those of us at the regions. Regional commanders, officers in charge, all generality of officers. So I want to thank all of them. I want to thank all the OICs within the Ashanti region and their officers for the support. I want to thank all the staff at Kumasi Central Prison. I want to thank the inmates for their comportment. And I want to thank my black coats. They play a key role. But let me say that the black coat, they are not a substitute for us as officers.
Sure.
They
are serving their
exactly.
But sometimes they want to see you.
Oh no, of course. Of course. So I want to thank Honorable Regional Minister, the Mayor, RCC as a whole, and of course, Kromura, His Royal Majesty.
Sure.
Yes, I mean, he is the embodiment of culture, and for me, I've always been interested in issues of culture. So anytime I come here, other Kwesidae or visitors come here, I'm always keen to look at issues. And I ask a lot of questions.
Very curious.
So I want to thank him for this opportunity and to the management and staff of
Trust me, he'll be watching you.
Oh, yes. Well, there'll be, and for Chami.
Oh, sure.
Yes. Yes, a great man. I admire him a lot. Yes. So my personal regards to him. So I want to thank everyone. So Piero, let me want to thank Piero.
Because Piero is here, let me ask you this final question. Yes. The morale and well-being of your own staff, they are there with prisoners. They are in the yard with prisoners. They are in uniform too, Mr. Jailer. How do you feel?
We will feel good. Being with them.
Mama for who? Bukari?
Yes, CSP Richard Bukari. Chief Superintendent Richard Bukari. Yeah. I'm here with my very able regional commander.
Exactly.
Yeah, and this opportunity is just to tell you that yes, we feel good being with the inmates. I mean, they are the reason why we are officers.
Yeah.
So like Commander rightly said, it is a relationship that is seen in a very good state, because without them, without us, there's no prison service. So our morale, everything is so high when we are with them. Yeah, we are happy seeing them, and they're happy seeing us too.
I personally like the way I mean the staff. Yeah. Because when I came, I was just looking around, and the perception that people have, probably I had the same perception, but I came around, and this is a very serene environment. Even hardly would you see the prisoners. It's not like everybody's crisscrossing. It's not like the place is disorderly. Yeah. And it's not like you people are not friendly. Yeah. And I'm glad that it wasn't as I perceived. Yeah. For which I think it even led us to this conversation.
Very well.
Thank you very much for everything that you are doing there. It's more like you are unsung heroes.
Yeah.
You are taking care of some hardened criminals.
Yeah.
Somebody is also probably very, very challenged emotionally, but you people are able to ascertain all these differences.
Very well.
Thank you.
We thank you too for realizing it and changing your perception first and the perception of the public about our work. We appreciate it so much.
I'm going to activate the phone lines. Yep. Callers will speak and it will add up to our conversation.
Great.
Thank you.
Great.
Kwame,
because
you didn't come up but the top one and I'm in line.
Ubusano and the fear ho or more asset party saying or the free or more honey deans mo can say or Moshasa Bribiano or Bedi Huni Papa if he say a one or more tear. Ene adwumafo nyina etienti ehwa hunu di nsem ne hia papa na maybe omo haw pa ye adan a ne duafo no demu no eno na omo hia se omo eba mu a tiri mu a anka omo ni beje mo panti no omo de ho enkomo akoto mpanimfo ni mo hwe se Kumasi Central Prison no ene omo ebe passroom pokura no be ne sa abansoro a chese bi be san beto aso a nanka aboa wonum se akire nso baabi no mbebie mu ama emu ahenhan ama wo mo a nyina no ho hyehyeye wo ho ampanimfo hwe se ombe ne sapepepe na omo no de ye omakoma so de pa ne se yebenya nsesa bi wo ye mra mu sem enkoye se bi obi koye bone ketwa bi a bi obi akotwa bi bo de bi obi akotu banchi bi obi akotu obi anka saa ne manan ye mfa ne nkoto eniduafie
udifo mu kra mpo
dabi na ne apa so twen soronko bi edi amano no anko hobi na ne nyina beboa ma o matimi ate bo mo bokire so no e wo ne duafie ho no eso ntini nyina ye ne ma director general so ma me bafo boni nani e wo ho denden ne pa na how ba ko so o mo sanso wo mu ye o mo apomden no enuro a no so mbenya de esem edi ama eniduafo no eno so o kan ho asem pa na o ka bi sa bi mu wo ho a o mo ba o mo adidem e wo mu nipaduam bi no mo ha wo mu nipaduam enti obi te se bi obi wo ha nani sabi ne kane adum e ba sa no a okwa busa se na obi a sabi ne kane adum de de no koye bone ma onya abayama ne nso che se omo obaako wo ho
bia no bia didi na ma ne dia ba bia
na pese ohu bone poten a we no che se si ai de nini tirim enti obehwe se obehwe nkratem na wahu de nti ama de na ne kane adum no so beduo no kire se omo obaako nso wo ha na oba ho a na ontimi nyina ne naso yo ontimi nante yi eno nso de na otitwitwiri diem kire se abrebia no mo hwese obetimi akọ aba ewo ho na ye niam omo hia pa se eduafie no ho mo nkire so nti nhye bebre wo ho a ebra no mpanifo tuwa na mo abana nkasa wo bi eno no mampani ne ho tumi a wotimi san se nipa baanu baasa nipa redo se no o ma setemo ne eduafie no sabre de magya wo no emrem mampani wo sa tumi no article 72 ai wo mu amampani gina so otimi adidi sa adwuma no na omosan so wo justice for all programs eno no omosan eho na no omma pie betenase na o ma hwehwe mu a obu ho na na asem no ye di no ho a na ye yi a ne ye di na uti onye chedi na abose
na when you tell them then we dey banchi aton
wo da so da hwa ne nyina ye nema bi omo hwe se be ma ne dua fie no omo mo nkyere so bebre ti wo de aseda kase nso e ma prisons officers no titiw mpanifo pa no director general no mama ba twa mu ni ne nyina wo kyese ne di oba ne die o ye adwuma papa ma me bafo boni nti won koso a na onye no nya adwuma pa ma wo mo na odina no ko wie no odi aseda nso e ma
abo regional minister wabo mu
yes mayor wabo mpanifo ni nyina sanso de aseda kase be ma acheame yewura se ono de ohu yewura no hu amamre o se amamre wo yewura mu
ono so bako si de cross ya
ni age pa to dampanifo nyina se da na adwumafo nyina so ase
yewura hwe no ni tie ye pa
ene nti na oda baafo kantankrechi so ase se ono so na ni gine ho pa se do si etoto ne ma acheame se do si bokasem e ma asantema ne ni agine ho pa na de kamija ni mu black coat wo
mpanifo no
ai black coat nso obo na baso no mo ka che ne se no onye na dwen so prison officer
so mo no mo ye dozo nye ni papa ko
o ye de ya se ahwe ayi kan say ayi ahwe ase obezo dane kusi a ni dua de puma no
kwamene ye de ndi oje ne mu
ye de no ye o de wo ko ho na na
say nyina de ko wa hwe kwamene
ose yenso so o diasopim so radio 104.7 mpanifo nyina free management staff ubia wa umu a wotedwa mu a udada me so a ne wakamasi mu a me so mi di chia mi
me da so kwame
ye nyina wo diasepa ne kwan so nko de ama no a ene one ya bedi nkoma afa ne de afie nhye wo na opani so ubusa ne se na omo no omo ya adwuma na se no omo hu no so o manage pa na kofidim me de am de ka ho de dem so manage se omo no omo pie no ensu otwa omo no a mi hu se ensu otwa mo maka so obi je omo akofro ka omo menshelo ka prison
ko kasa na akire he
na commander we de ye na busa we mame yesi o nsam no odwane a unya amane
oni tv so ni pa na tu so mi sa
na bisa de awona
wo de ni tv so no
director general ei we de mame de na amano yi deputy director odaroma ye wo atese mi say obi ono ya officer no se ne duafo no bi dwane wo ne nsam a ono no wo ha obi na onya amane bi eno no chichi mai to say
it's a major offense.
What's that oduma?
You know, our work is safe custody. The inmate cannot run away. He must serve the sentence.
Ensure the person doesn't run.
That is the reason why we have topmost priority, safe custody. So if an inmate runs away, it's a major offense that can lead to you being reduced or being dismissed, depending on the type of inmate that escapes. So it's a major issue. Well, you know, in some countries, very interesting. If an inmate runs away, the authorities will go for a relative. Put you in relation.
I might be Musano Moya, no more big Ghanaian, I go Busini.
So I have one, so I
know.
Never Chiaka.
I want into the jam or no.
And the son of Wasako, and he said, will be in the back of the was at that time. I watched Mamma said, so book I can do. Will be an officer, prison officer. Na in some Nibiani be Jania. Nipania money, Nahuma create me to some book, no, to me, my son, more. Emi onu amu ankasa nkwa ntimi koda ne dua fie obi ena bieu ene ehwe na hwe a ne akọ obusuam ne akọfa odihie
eno ne aman bi muso di kwa me da se 0596259444 and 0560180880 abusia enkomo no anka edoso pa na nso so obamu bi enti na misro encha ne betwa so na yakọ straight wo bibia ne aka ne ntem se de obi abetimi aka me mesre mo pa opim so
Asante my black coffee.
Me das me nua me patro din dis na frefren.
Money adwuma. We odoba taxi driver ni so for line. The kan ma me mo we interpreter no.
Kuma ni wa
ya de papa nsema obusa ina wa chirechire mu kama wa ya de me bona ba so.
Aha bon an wonya adwuma ha. Wa efia ha wa bon an wonya adwuma ha.
Sa veleti ai se minim pa.
Yankwa.
Bible vi oni adwuma na ensem ne de mabuse ni bia na kakra meka ne se we are beka no we nya to wase a chichi mu de say no Bible vi won nya izo
Odoba tie mama kan say dem enkodi nkwasasem na akodi who said the yes aka na say prison de Mr. Nkodi nsenhunu me pa chewa
say they was here mu come the say no enya better
nim na din nsenhunu abeto do one
of prison officer be release a song be that's a football live bisano what has never go to prison because every day we go sleep 4:30
exactly sir some are professionals they will handle you professionally but prison there and this all down pass unia
asemo Bakofi
me da say
na unim say me Bakofi last time be me ko no mo me ko donation bi wo no mo na me study no ma bi won say omu gate kese no so onko ya me pese obusa na mame omu gate kese no tie ntina mu mie kese na bia hunwem na ketekete bi wo no eno say uwrem na so wa nkutu ya wa we awutikura bebom
unuame anu bi na mkofa mu asor dan gate no eno amu ni ewura emo antu de mebi sana ma hai
busama pa wa
be da say o hanu me da say Opimso Kafra wajina so achepa o ye fa na ne line na drop no Opimso
yes ma ta ba go bi
kwaku mi da say edin de sana sa so madumi ni mudin da na
ye ne mo abaso na ga ya go bon sha mu boduma
ye da say
na tuje officer pension so no acha na ma me pa na me chedi ke mo na France ya na ubi uwe sema wabubo ya ya dia ba ko ma ni aje won ko ma fa so ka ise o mu premium so do benya nsa no oduma so that is pa na kam so no obatia first time no ba ti na nya bi dia
no me no ka se kromo mo he Facebook no be hu fashion show no e run was so pa
ndi ta no ma na o mo ye na e be bua pa na e de no go kuma ti mayo ne azantro jam minister ba so no we ko mo so ma fa so bua se de be ya no ma pupu di no so ya me shiro mo pa na message Ije adia nka be di covid di komani yana no tu for bakata na Kenya asati eje afriku no binfuna me bi zanka bebo apa
koku me da se na unum se ye no no nya honko ana kuma se wo ye wonsian so wo baabi ka ho mate dia wo kuma dia wo finfin no dia na wo ka ho me da se me da se
o se basa na nyefe
me da se Medase pa Opimso
ni akofi smart antema think I will be in the bottom quite
eno ne to so yenko
ene ya ho adwe no e da se na me chira mu me pese be bisa me papa ne se nti obi a na ne adum ene ye de ne ba ho pati e do obi kan no ho a obeso ni mu ana se mo yi obi ho no mo a obeso ni mu
medase
jara no butan sa question na me nkomanim na me na kofi ye me de eno na me ha ne se ade na se president ko ya walking ye mfo wo mu ne adwuma bia ma ne mo a wo man no ibi wo policy wo pia wo empuje bebri da ye mfo mu ne adwuma bia ne mbo no a ye nye bone no ye mbo no sa ko politika e de ko to bia ne mo mudi eti bi de kra de na wo kan se na me papa yi ka se ba me ko ma ta mo no na me pa se ye ni ko se ma ne ye wo no ne pre bi stay farm e wa dance ya kwansem side ye me no mitiu
we de odaro ma me ntwa no na o kasa no ka se wo ba santimam ha no ma enso na ye wo ha no ye wo ba bi ti se adwura amanfuom saa mia no omo no timi ye kua ntimpo bi wo central aha ye timi ma no ye yi no de no ko ho se de kua ye adwuma bi ba se de wo kanya ni ama no akwa nti o kan saa de no kan
na da afi ba enye enough ye mo mu se wo ko wa o ko ye djuma bo wo man Ghana na ye mu ma ye nye boni mu na se ye djuma e di ye de ta sa be to bia ne ma wo ba na nse me hu se enkofu bi prison for bi wo mo de abobo ya da me bi amebra ni ma ade wo mo de anofa bia wo de fa kurum e be pere bia be tere o se de na mo ka no e di fa be 8 ya na wo mo wo da fo ni mienu e ka wo mo ho e de wo mo ko aye ba yemfa wo mu nya dwuma bi na wo man no yenya so mpaso e na se de no o ka bibi se Saboni bia na boni bia na ya de omko. Saboni bi o e saka ya di pa kulum ta ko ti gatem ko yewe je fan to aso. Ne so ya ti sa wo makugu a ebi de bi a ebi to bi enye ina fuka cho. Da de mi
me da se pa. Ka ho. Opem so.
Ya suma tante man.
Emilia Anoja asanwa Emilia yenko.
Me da se Rakofi. Metie usa. In fact, asema na mpese meka na me braba kono beka ye say prison enye baby e ko. Na baby a wo bewura na wontimi mpie. Wunya wo freedom on nante nko baby ya de. Emma obia nso nhwe kora. Na enye baby a wote nipa dasani koye den ekwatena ho no.
Yendi agro.
Na me question na me work across. We I see what my family mother. Me braba could be more than for romance. Now, unfortunately, honum. Ain't me busa. Say obi equal romance. Now, unfortunately, Nippon honoma. A dear na ya or more a year. And I said, so a prison afra no honor. A dear now more.
Medase pa mefa 2 or 3 calls na fe ma stop said obitimi e de anu ye no aba madaroma opem so
yes ma tantima
me ba cha wo hote sen
mo ho na mo so
na me adom no abodin ba bia frefe na ye koso
eja mi
kono yo oja
ofi na so ma ko today
aja de enko na ha ye kwa ho oh uhum we na mama kweside we ya obeda prison we dey to aso na chire
famin ko wadaroma me the question na me buta ana ebu wa bontini e tise prison to bu ma obi de dia ne ko mo na se dia ne kama e telephone mu sho bu no e de se dia no mu se dia ne mo no ma se du ma tem se obi a wo da hanu na wo be dia ne kama se bu se se en telephone ma ti bi ta da ana se yes question that
mate me da se pa ja opim so aminu kunso meetiu
amebe asem bisano se na lanse fora ai amara no mbese se anka afro ne body fora on the two of the no sapa ma bi omo na ngala fora so ko hu pia na
we mo prison for mo nhemra why na mo de emra na ya sheda da ne diwa no mo hweso why wona say na wo question o sha say musa hwe ba bia be fa no me da se wati my family last call na ya yi ano opim so
yes yes ma tantima ana gana menya
Robert
Robert ko chunka sa yi bota 32 gate na no pe bro for me the questions the person be prison officer we first one on teach ana
da bi ne on teach o teach an kan na abeka why
alo nya gana ni
mem oti kuma sen kwa ne Ashanti region me paucho
Kaso. Okay. Because me be prison officer na da wuro ma say. Be prison ya ebidi kuma sin fini. Abanu to me see fufra ebotumi aye no mo sen waya.
Kokos mo do abisenti ebisa.
Na second one so person be say say. O je meme ya obugu prison bebe ya igu ha owayere. Then person be say ona na yere ne ba. Untumi mana kwai. Mane shesu ansa na wako.
Ya yi ano dada. Why? Me da se so tie ya kabo o yi ano dada. E mane nhyeso e wo hefa. E dan ben. Robert utie anka be hunu. E dan ben na ho no enkomo be nhyeso. E ade no kura nimrem. Wo de oba wi ase nhyeso nko a. E de Robert kura ni. Engineer.
Yes.
The first question, the small gate.
Yes, in fact, I was going to start from the last one.
Okay.
If you wouldn't mind.
And the rebuild modern prisons? Or?
Yes, so the prison was built in 1901, Kumasi Central Prison.
125 years now.
So it's not exactly the situation that the prison was built in the center of town. It's a town that has developed the prison. You know, so relocation. My personal position that It's something worth looking at.
Okay.
Yeah, something worth. That's a prime area.
Yeah.
You know, you can get.
I think two questions came.
Mm-hmm.
One was an extension of that, asking for making it more modern.
Yes. So it ties in. Pilfering of food or donations
by officers.
As I said earlier, we have a system in place, but I'll also not say that we hear these allegations, but I've not had a situation where I've had to punish an officer for that. If an officer is caught, I'll exert all the punishment. It's something that I don't joke with. We've made a lot of effort to get people to come to support. So it's something that we frown upon.
Yeah,
and as
I think Piero,
he's the yes.
So in this case, he used cooked food.
Yeah.
Where
Says
thank you.
So let me make a caveat.
Very well.
You see, there are people who come with cooked food, and they give to both inmates and officers. Okay. So that should be made separately.
Okay.
Indeed, there are also some who come. Let's say they come. Just an example, X. Crate of X and say, okay, this one maybe those who are on duty, this and so, but those is not the common practice. Okay. We as officers, we know that anybody who brings anything is meant for the inmates. If the person specifically states that this is for officers on duty, that's a different matter.
So let's say somebody is visiting today.
Right.
Or say be officers make us say wo da ha wo pa akoko nam na we enye sa na ti o
da bi means
ntwa to so nipa no be di na ade
obedi na ade
no amen sa ade ni
and in any case edoso dodo mpo na ono ontumi nimpo agafra or the be man asefo a omoyo emails by yen officers they anya hwe kra obekọ fie akodidi nti omo aduane nya yen aduane not at all.
And as for the language, I'm making the effort to learn the shoe. I appreciate
it.
Yes. Our sister Emilia. So good advice.
If a person dies in remand.
Yes. I mean, whether remand or convict, it becomes a major investigation is conducted.
Okay.
Yes. So quickly we inform the relatives. That's our first contact. And I send a message to my director general. So an investigation is always conducted because at times it becomes a coroner case once the inmate dies in the prison. So the police are involved.
Coroner's report and all that. Yeah.
So very sorry to Emilia what happened to relative, but if she's not satisfied with the situation, she can still always come out with the case. Yes, we can follow through with it.
Support for the blind.
Yes. So in the case of the inmates, there he has a colleague inmate that moves around. He has a white cane.
Yes. That's a person helping such a person, we call him white cane.
Right. I mean, the inmate has a white cane that they use.
Okay.
The visual impaired they use.
Okay.
Yes. So he moves around. He's quite, and he's, as we know, the nature. His other senses are very,
very smart when it comes to using the rest of the senses.
Yes. So he's getting on quite well. In more inmates for the farming stations. One of the
you mentioned.
Yes. You see. Out of the 1,000, close to 1,600, I have about 200 or even less that qualify to be transferred to go to family.
Not every person, yeah. Exactly. And the last one should be on the gate.
The gate, yes, the gate. Now, first for security reasons, the main gate is very heavy. Very heavy. In prison, we have a situation where prisoners escape.
Engineer.
Yes.
Because of time, I'll tell the person.
Yes.
That makes it a prison.
So it's some kind of humility before you go in.
You bow.
Exactly. If you are opening the heavy gate, you open and the inmate dash to the main gate, they can go out. So that is why we open the small gate.
Exactly. Just some few minutes. Yes. Just some few minutes for him to finish.
Yes.
Coming.
You try it here. You try it in Yako. And so Musa by na director no amaye na de edin kan a ode to dwane se Kumase ne dua fie no na omoye na afia pema hankron ene baako che se nyini papa na nye empanifo adwum se nka bedu ho saa nemum ono no pa de we de ono nkwan na dwene ne se baabi a Kumase ne dua fie wo no nka yenyi nko baabi foforo ono nkwan na dwene no
se de bim kra bisa ye
yes we de ono nkwan na dwene ɛna ɔka biom nso afa enuane afoforo de bɔ ɔmo sesa no ho wɔkyerɛ sɛ daabi bibia sɛ ni wɔ sɛ prison officers no obusuani bi de aduane ɛdɛ aba na ɔmo agye na ɔmo adi daabi ɔmo nyɛ ne saa koraa na ɔmo ani hu bi na ɔmo bi nso a oni kuro yɛ saa na ɔmo bɛtwe na so ɛna enuane ɔmo de ba nyinaa nso ɔmo hwɛ sɛ ɔmo bɛgye ato yie ɛna sɛ obi afiri mu na dua fie hɔ ɛno nso ɔkyerɛ sɛ ɛho hia paa ɛno nti no ɔmo yɛ ɛho hwehwɛmu adeɛ a ɛnam so ma oni kuro efiri mu ebi wɔ kuro ɔmo ma abambɔfoɔ krataa bɛtɔ so kɔyɛ hwehwɛmu mapa ɔmo sɛ corona report corona anaasɛ corona report aha ɔmo kɔyɛ saa nhwehwɛmu no nyinaa di ho adanse ho sɛ ade kode pɔtin sɛ na yɛ nipa na ama no ahwere ne nkwa no nti ade ɔmo ani ɛwɔ akyiri pɔ ɔmo bɔ director general amaneɛ na abusuafoɔ nso ɔmo ahwere ɔmo de hyeɛ no ɔmo abɔ ɔmo amaneɛ ma ɔmo ahu sɛdeɛ asɛm no akɔdu na ɔmo ato asom afiri hɔ ɛna ɔmo ani afiri asɛbe ɔmo ka esuma duru ɔmo no ɔmo nso ɔmo asetɛ mo te sɛ na ɔkyerɛ sɛ ɔmo ankasa ɔmo wɔ abaa bi ɔmo de nante poma yɛfrɛ no white cane nti bi mu wɔ bi wɔ hɔ na ebi mu nso wɔ hɔ a na obi a ne so mbu afo ɛdɛ ya obi wɔ ano asosoro mu a ne colleague mate na ɔno aboa na mena timi akɔ ɛne abaabaa ɛna ɛdan kɛseɛ no ɔpon kɛseɛ na ɛne heaven gate
no bisasa de ne ayi mie gate
ɔmo mie kɛseɛ no ɔmo bie ketewa no
ɔmo bɔ twipi adwane ana
ayɛ ne sɛ emu duro ɛkyɛ wɔ mɛn ɛnu nti ɔmo mpɛ sɛ ɔmo bɛbie bambɔ nsɛm ti na ne akuma na ɔmo bie na ɔmo bia fam akɔ
ɛno na ɛkyɛ sɛ ɔba prison anka yɛmfa wo dan kɛsɛ
dabi
my greatest appreciation to you, engineer, for taking the time. You started from 3, it's about 6 p.m. Very, very, very deep dive into prison service issues. I'm very grateful, Engineer James Ngwele. And then Pierre Bukari.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for coming. I see 2 other people. What's the name?
Hackman
and
Amwako.
Thank you for the escort.
Thank you.